Happy Tuesday, everybody. Captain Coder here on this absolutely gorgeous Tuesday morning here for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day for you. We've got a new crew member here. We got Whitye. I don't know if you know this, but you're about to get a song. Whitye, welcome to the crew. Whitye, I hope you're having a beautiful day. Whitye, thank you for following me. I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome to the Academy, Whitye. Thank you for following me today. Whitye, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. I hope you're having yourself a beautiful day. I'm having myself a beautiful morning myself. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. How the heck are you? Whitye says, hi, I'm learning coding. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. Any day I can wake up and code is a beautiful day, folks. We got so many people here already. We got the whole crew. We got Corfless here with that first comment. Corfless, how are you, my friend? My friend Corfless, it's nice to see you on this beautiful Monday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Dramulks also. Hello, Dramulks. I hope you're doing all right. I know you were saying you had a little bit of vertigo. I get vertigo too. It's horrible. I had this horrible thing. It's like benign parox. I figured it's a BPPV. I had it for 8 weeks, like 2 years ago. It was horrible. I couldn't even stand up. It was crazy. It was like, I get it sometimes. That was the worst it's ever been. I couldn't even read anything. I learned how to read Braille. I have a Braille reader. Where's my Braille reader? Do I have it in here? I learned how to read and program using a Braille machine. It was crazy. I couldn't do anything. It was wild. I'm so sorry to hear that you had that. You have that. It's such an annoying and like disturbing. You feel sick all the time. You just get BPV, vertigo. You're super dizzy if you move at all. Any sort of movement causes you to get dizzy and everything sort of keeps moving. If you look at something on the wall, it feels like it continues to move. It's wild. But Dramulks, I hope you're feeling better. Get some rest, my friend. Try not to do anything too crazy. I hope you're doing all right, though. MMO Pug too, my friend. Good morning, my friend. I know I was gonna do a giveaway. I haven't figured out how to do the giveaway. Everyone, MMO Pug's amazing here, folks. We've got all this stuff to give away, and the Captain Coder just can't. I'm so busy. I can't look at this. Look at this hologram. We're gonna be doing giveaways, folks, soon. I promise it's gonna happen. I know I said it's gonna happen this week. I just don't know how to do it. I don't know how to turn this off. It's on, it's beautiful, it's going, it's awesome. We're gonna be doing all sorts of giveaways. MMO Pug sent us all kinds of good stuff. Why can't I? All right, well, I guess this is just gonna be on now forever. No, we're getting that. We got socks. If you want some Captain Coder socks, we're gonna get you some Captain Coder socks, folks. You want a Captain Coder tumbler? We're gonna get you a Captain Coder tumbler. Look at this, look at that. Beautiful stuff, beautiful laser engraved stuff. We got this game wallets. What we gotta do, I don't know what does the captain have to do to set up the giveaway? That's the real question. I haven't had time. I've been so focused on this game jam that I haven't got time to get it all set up. I promise we're gonna do a giveaway soon. We have like I think it's like 10 or 20 things to give away, somewhere between 10 and 20 things. Lots of stuff to give away. I gotta figure out how to do it. We're gonna do it. So I know I said I was gonna do it during the game jam. I just don't have that much time to do it as part, since I'm so focused on the game jam. I don't have time. We're gonna do it this weekend, folks. TM. We'll see. I'm gonna try to do it this weekend. I promise. We got so much stuff to give away. We do. I have like 500 pairs of socks to give away. It's true. That's how many I bought. But that was a while ago. I've given away a lot of them. But we do have a lot of socks, folks. So sorry. Let me get caught up with the chat here. Moonnids, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon, my friend. It's so nice of you to pop in. Give me that lurk. I appreciate it. Whitye, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome aboard once again. Oh, we got one, Captain Chica. Captain Chica, welcome to the crew now. Captain Chica, how the heck are you? Captain Chica, welcome to the crew. I'd like to welcome Captain Chica today. Captain Chica, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. So nice to see you on this beautiful morning. Thank you for clicking that follow button. I appreciate you. Artifice, welcome back, my friend. So nice to see you on this beautiful day. Wait, yeah, I think you were asking about BPPV. I hope I explained it a little bit. Corpus says, good news. I got my midterm nailed mostly. Just forgot on certain parts. Glad you're doing well on your midterm, my friend. Calculus was a tough one. I took 3 calculus classes in college. We had like Calc 1, Calc 2, and then we had like Calc, it was like a theory-based class where you like did a bunch of theory stuff. Calculus was tough stuff. Tough stuff. I'm a math nerd now. I always loved that stuff, but it was tough. I'm not saying it was easy. It was tough. It's all about building those blocks up. Calculus was a pretty cool thing. Whitney says, I like the tumbler. Me too. Aren't they awesome? Oh, we also got, hang on. We also got coasters. Look at these coasters. These official Captain Coaster. Captain Coder Toasters. Not Captain Toaster Coders. Captain Coder Toasters. MMO Pug, I gotta say thank you once again for all the sweet, sweet stuff. I can't wait to give it all away. I just can't. Someone needs to help me figure out. There's some program or something I can use to do the giveaways. I need to figure out how to do it. I honestly don't know, because that's just how bad people think I'm really, really smart. I'm not. I'm a simpleton. I know how to code, but I got to figure out how to do the giveaway stuff on stream so you can like sign up. I think I'm gonna make it through the Discord. So I have a thing on the Discord on how to like that will let me do giveaways. So I think it might be you have to be on the Discord to sign up for the giveaway. That's what I'll do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set it up right now. All right, folks. We're gonna set it up right now. Let's go to my Discord. Go to my Discord. We're gonna add a channel here. Info. We're gonna create a channel called giveaways. All right, create channel. And what we're gonna do is gonna say first giveaway. What's the first react to this post to enter the giveaway. All you gotta do is react to this post. To enter the giveaway, and then I have a thing, but we're gonna do a giveaway. I'm not gonna do it yet, but react to this post to enter the giveaway. We're gonna be doing the giveaway later this week. I think on Saturdays when we're gonna do the actual giveaway. And so react to this post to enter the giveaway, and then we're gonna figure it out from there. I know I can do it through this chat though. I know I can do it here because my bot has a giveaway option, and it's basically through that. We might have to adjust this a little bit, but that's what I'm gonna do. React to this post to enter the giveaway, folks. If you're not on the Discord, you can get on the Discord like that. But I know that there's a giveaway thing on there that I can do it. I gotta figure out all the details, but I'm gonna, as long as I can ship it, I can ship like most places in the world. I can ship there from the United States, I will ship stuff to you, folks. I will ship stuff to you. All right, we're gonna keep getting caught up on this chat. Oh my God, it's going crazy. The whole crew's here today. Lobster, Kovic, so nice to see you. Gee, it's nice to see you as well. We almost had a woe chain going there for a moment. Did a woe actually happen? I don't think a woe happened. That's okay. We can do a woe now.
Whoa.
That's right. Whoa, there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. But we're gonna do a giveaway at some point. Let's see. Maybe make the channel so that you can only type in UT. I don't know what that means. Let me pin this post though. We're gonna pin this post, pin message, and then I'm gonna make it so that I don't know what UT means. We're gonna pin this post so you can only post in the channel and not everyone. Oh, gotcha. Here, I can do that real quick. Permissions. Everyone can view the channel. Who can post? Send messages? No one, only the captain. All right, so you can post replies to the threads though. All right, I done it. So I done did it, I think I done did it, folks. I think I done did it. Unity code, Whitey says you gotta code a program to raffle winner. I know I should write a little program to do the raffle. There's a program that already exists. I don't need to write it. I just need to learn how to use it. I know the bot can do it. So sorry if I missed some of this stuff away, but missed some of those things. All right, so let's see here. We got, who did I miss? Okay, we're almost caught up. I think I caught up. Unity Coder, I've seen others use something in Streamlabs. Yeah, so there's a raffle thing on Streamlabs too, but I don't use Streamlabs. I use Discord. So, I do use Streamlabs, so maybe I can do it on Streamlabs. But I do use the Discord. The Discord has a giveaway thing. I think I'm gonna do it there, and then it's just gonna be a little bit simpler for me. I feel a little bad if that sort of forces people to go to the Discord, but I'll set up some command stuff. We're gonna do it this weekend. I promise. Because this Game Jam ends Saturday at 3 a.m. local time, so the time I'm streaming on Saturday. So Saturday we're probably just gonna be playing Game Jam entries, and doing some giveaways. That's the plan. That's been the plan all along, folks. All along, that's been the plan. But I have so much stuff to give away here. My room's so full of swag, and there's not enough room for me to actually get anything done until I give all this stuff away. All right, folks. So what the heck are we working on? Excuse me on that. What are we doing today? What have we been doing this week? What's happening? Who am I? Where are my false teeth? What day is it? Who's the president? What year is it? That's right, folks. It's 1997, and we're back. We're creating an 1955. No, Dungeon Crawlers didn't exist in 1955. Dungeon Crawlers didn't exist. We're back in 1997. The year is 1997, and we're creating the very first epic. No, not the very. I don't know. Look. I don't know. Look. Captain Coder does not do improvisation very well. Let me show you what we got, though. We do have this. It's a little hard to tell what's going on here, but I've got my system set up. You can move around. We're doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam. Yeah, we got a little compass. This is all just placeholder stuff for artists working on it, but we do have a compass at the top here. So we're doing Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. Zuper Dan, shout out to you. I don't know, are you a streamer, Zuper Dan? Should I give you a shout out? It doesn't look like you're a streamer. If you're a streamer, let me know. I'll give you a shout out. But you've been busy off stream. I have been busy off stream. Yes, I had to get some stuff done. Turns out I don't get a whole lot done on stream. I was actually thinking I might not stream today, but then I woke up and was like, you know what? It's just too much fun. It's too much fun. But we've been working on it. I have an event system set up too, so you'll notice. Let's see here. If I move into certain spots, you can't see it, but there's gonna be a portal here. We get some dialogue here if we step on the portal. So I have events, you can move into places, and then there's an interact button. You can actually interact with the events. Also, I don't know if people saw, but we have like these runes here that are just like really hard to see, but we don't have anything here. But there are actually different types of spells you can cast if you have those runes. But in this spot, there's a portal. I need to make it a little bit nicer, but if you can actually enter the portal and teleport around into like the different areas of the dungeon. And so we have a little bit of a dungeon here. This is the maze section. This is a maze section of the dungeon. I cleaned it up a little bit. I actually separated it into two separate. These walls don't look right, but that's okay. I separated it out, and I should have done this from the get-go, but if we come back to my scene, and it's kind of dark because I turned all the lights off. Can I turn the lights back on? Does it help? You can't see anyway because there's a roof on these, but we have our Yin Yang temple, our temple of Yin Yang, so you actually start in the middle here. The player starts in the middle, and then there's gonna be some dialogue and stuff, and you go between the two. Click the light bulb in the top right. I did. Dramolk's teaching me something. See, this is people always think I'm really, really good with programming and whatnot. With Unity, I'm so new to Unity, I don't know anything. Dramolk's, thank you so much for that, Dramolk's. What an excellent contribution. 50 points to you, my friend. Whitey, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you've joined the Discord, but Captain Coder is a computer science educator. I teach computer science and programming at the school for ages 10 to 14. Please feel free to join the Discord. You don't have to. Join the Discord, and maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of that. That's okay. We'll get rid of that. Did that break anything? But yeah, I had a little light bulb. I set it up so you can only see so far based on the light. The light switches on and off. You move around in here. We've got some triggers. I'm using Unity. I'm very, very new to game development. From like an actual trying to make game development, make games. All right, so anyway, what are our goals today? I'm rambling. I've never used Unreal Engine. Let me say that. I've never used Unreal Engine. I'd like to at some point. But our goals today, I can't spend all my time on stream because there's so much to get done on this, but I'm going to do my best to be on stream. I'm going to do at least 3 hours today on stream. But this is what I want to try and get done in those 3 hours. If I happen to finish these, I'll keep moving on to these on stream as well. Let's see. Artifice says, have you seen the new procedural tools that Epic revealed for the Unreal? I saw some of it. It sounded really, really cool. Corfless, enjoy your hi-fi rushing. Folks, did you know Corfless? Corfless, the one, the only, the epic Corfless here is also a streamer, variety streamer. Streams gaming, streams coding, streams all sorts of cool stuff. Go check him out. Awesome. Give Corfless some love. We love you, Corfless. We love you. Hope you have yourself a beautiful day, my friend. As always, thanks for popping in. Keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. Anytime, my friend. Oh, there's something. I might have to take a little break here to clear out whatever's in my throat. We'll see. We'll see. It might, sometimes it just clears out. You guys are hearing me talk for the first time today. I know that might seem crazy, but this is sort of the first talk I've had, and I haven't had a chance to clear anything out. Andrew just says no interest in Godot. Actually, I'm really interested in Godot. I'm really interested in Godot. Much to many of many of the people watching this is dismay. I am very interested in Godot. I just haven't had a chance to get there. The reason I learned Unity is I had students ask. I teach a C# class. I teach C# at the school I work at. And students asked me if I teach a Unity class. They said, will you teach a Unity class? I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. And in that, I actually have 2 students in that class. They're like, would you please teach a Godot class now? So next year, so I'm gonna have to learn myself some Godot so I can teach a Godot class. But I'm really excited that Godot 4 has such supposedly really good C# support. We'll find out. What do I want to get done today, though? We're going to add placeholder stat meters for UI. So the theme is duality. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. All right, tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break. I got to get my throat cleared out so that I don't have to keep clearing it on the mic. I know that's no fun for anyone to listen to. So hang on real quick, folks. I shall return. I'm gonna pretend I'm getting coffee. You can pretend I'm getting coffee too, but we'll be right back. Oh, let's check that break timer too. The break timer did reset. All right, folks, I shall be back in just a moment. Hang tight. Sorry about that. I think we're better. I think we're good to go now, and we don't have to worry about that. All right, so what are we gonna try and get done today? There's 3 things I definitely want to get done. I'm hoping I get these done in the 3 hours of streaming. If we get them all done, we're gonna keep moving forward. But if we can't, that's okay. I have so much to get done on this game jam that we may stop early. Old One Gray says hello. Hello to you, Old One Gray. How the heck are you on this beautiful, gorgeous Tuesday? I hope you're having a beautiful day. Daniel of the Dark says, good morning. How are you doing? I'm doing fabulous. But here, what are we going to try and get done? We're going to add placeholder UIs for our stat meters. So the idea in this game is it's duality. So you have 3 stats. We might add a 4th one. But we have 3 stats. We have body and mind. This is like your hit point meter. Body and mind, they're linked together. We have sun and moon. This is sort of like a mana type. And we have yin and yang. This is sort of like affects how certain spells work. Tramwell says, by 4 you need extra 2. By 4 you need extra 2. I don't know exactly what I think you mean it, like by how many hours anyway, I think I'm gonna stream too long, which is probably certainly gonna happen. So we want to add a little placeholder for our UIs. I want to add a dialogue screen that's like an actual little dialogue string. Old One Gray says, I'm doing pretty all right. Been a bit stressed out to see if I am eligible to take a college course. Ooh, I hope that goes well for you, my friend. I hope that goes well for you. I'm sorry you're feeling stressed out. I hope you can relax a little bit here at Captain Coder's Academy, my friend. You said 3 stats, but that's 6 in total. No, they're both sun moon. Sun moon is 1 stat. It's 1 stat. Drambles, it's 1 stat. By 3 I mean by 4. And by 3 I mean no. By 3 I mean 3. By 3 I mean 3. 3. Sun and moon is 1 stat. 1 stat. Yeah, you're right though. But it's like 2 stats, but they're tied out. I don't know. The college course is in fact related to the stream. It's a 3-year course on game design. Ooh, that sounds really cool. I know a couple people here have been going to game school. I shouldn't call it game school. Game design school, schools for game developers, that sort of thing. If we finish those, I want to implement teleporter particle effects. So when there's a teleporter in an area, we'll have little things. And then I have this idea for a teleporter puzzle. It's not really my original idea. I'm stealing it from other stuff. But these teleporter puzzle mechanics so that you can, anyway. These are our goals for the day, the stream. So let's hop into it. Let's see if we can get this working real quick. Just to give everyone a little bit of a refresher, we have, where is our, did I put it in player stats? Yeah, so we have this idea of a stat here. you'll notice body mind has a right and a left. If I adjust the value, the right and the left, they go one way or the other. If I go up to 100, my left stat has 200. If I go all the way down, my right stat has 200. If I'm at 0, they're sort of both at 100. So this will adjust up and down. I want to add a visual representation for this. Daniel Dark says, well, I think the captain can help you out with that. I might be able to. That's, I'm a computer science educator. I'm not a game developer. I keep saying I'm not a game developer.
Whoa.
Hot Trash Games, welcome my friend. Thank you for rating me. Hot Trash Games has rated us today, and I'd like to say my thanks because I appreciate that you rated us today. Hot Trash Games. Shout out to Hot Trash Games, folks. Hot Trash Games. Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. How the heck was your stream, folks? Hot Trash Games. Hot Trash Games. Give them some love. Hit that little heart while you can. Click it. I don't know why it disappeared so fast. That was interesting. Hot Trash Games, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, maybe good night. Maybe you're heading to bed. Maybe you're just wrapping up after a long streaming session. But how the heck was your How the heck was your stream, Hot Trash Games? Tell us about it. Tell us more. We need to know. The captain needs to know. This is I don't know what you do, Hot Trash Games, but I thank you so much for the raid. Hot Trash Games says, it hurts doing a game jam way too early on in our game dev. And yeah, I'm doing a game jam too. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts so good. It hurts so good, folks. It hurts so good to try and make a game and then struggle. If you're on the struggle bus, then welcome aboard, my friend, because that's what we're doing. We're struggling our way through it, but I want to make a meter here. What game jam are you doing, Hot Trash Games? What game jam are you jamming? We are doing the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023 is the game jam I am currently working on. It's what my team is working on. I think we have a cool concept. I don't know if I can get it all done in time. We might have to de-scope. We might have overscoped, so I might have to de-scope a little bit. But that's okay. That's okay. Nothing wrong with de-scoping if you need to. Pirate Software is running on 14 days. Oh yeah, I'd already signed up for the Dungeon Crawl. Pirate Software, I kind of wanted to do that game jam. I just didn't line up correctly with what I'm doing. So I happened to be on. If it was 1 week earlier, I would have done it. If it was 1 week earlier, I just don't have the time. Next week, I start a new term next week. I saw that. I was really, really excited about that. Awesome. Against the rules. Yeah, I heard about it. Code Rad Games, welcome back, my friend. How the heck are you on this beautiful day? Folks, if you guys don't know Code Rad Games. Code Rad Games, folks, let's see if I can give a shout out here. On the screen, you're going to see a beautiful demo of a game called Rogueblight that a Code Rad Games is making. Amazing game to play. Horrifying 2D Souls-like game, Rogueblight. Look at this gorilla. If you want a game that's harder than hard, will chew you up, spit you out, and leave you begging for more, you gotta love Code Rad Games. Give them a follow, folks. Hit that little heart. If you hit that heart, you hang out in that chat over there on Twitch, on Twitch, YouTube, wherever you happen to be in the world, you're gonna get yourself you could get yourself a key for that game. So go check it out. Angry just says, good morning. In case I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Exactly. If you're heading out, Angry Jester, thank you so much for hanging out. Have yourself a beautiful day. And as always, you are welcome back anytime, my friend. Code Rad Games, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you're doing well. I know you've been super busy. Hot Trash Games, enjoy your nap, my friend. Thank you again for the raid. Have yourself a beautiful day, and we will see you next time. Take care. All right, so I want to get this meter. I want to get this meter in here. For my stats. So I'm going to come over to my UI folder. And we're going to add in a meter. We're going to create a UI toolkit. We're going to call this a stat meter. All right. We've got Hot Trash Games following me. Hot Trash Games, I'd like to thank you, not only for the raid today, but I'd also like to thank you for following me. Hot Trash Games, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Have yourself a good nap. Take care, my friend. Take great care. Code says, doing great. Hope your jam game is coming along well. It's coming along fabulously. Devro, it's progressing quite well, my friend. We've got a lot of systems in place. It's looking really nice. I'm really happy with the way it's looking. It's essentially, you know, it's not fully playable. You could set it up. It could be playable in a matter of hours, and I want to make it much better. Playable is a strong word too, but it's a game you can move around in this dungeon. You can walk around. You can pace through here. You can find things. You got a yin, you got a yang. You can add events. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna keep adding events into our system here. All right. So I'm trying to make a little UI to show our yin yang, our stat meters here. So we're gonna create a stat meter UI. Of course, I want to open over there. This is just a quick placeholder for us to show the different stats. And so the idea with this stats is it's going to have a meter that fills up as one. Anyway, what am I trying to say? A little stat meter that goes left, you know, fills up left and right. Okay, so this is going to be a little template for us. Daniel says, hey, Captain, whenever I play games, I'm either listening to music or listening to people coding on Twitch. And according to my brother, that's weird. No, it's not. Look. You know, really at the end of the day, everything's kind of weird. Existence is kind of weird when you really get down to it. So who gets to decide what's weird? I don't think it's weird. That's exactly what I do. But maybe I know I'm a little bit strange. I'm a little bit atypical, but there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being weird either. Microwavable hugs. Nice game is shaping up nicely. Yes, nice game is shaping up nicely. Weird isn't wrong. No, and don't feel like. I don't know. I've always felt kind of weird my whole life, and you just gotta embrace it sometimes. I don't think it's weird though. You're not strange, you're awesome as hell. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. All right, so this meter thing here, I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. I think I just want to have, it's just gonna be a temporary placeholder. I want a bar that fills up one way or the other. Okay, so we're gonna add in a visual element here. Can I make it have, gotta think about this. This is gonna be, maybe I should wait till my UI person. You can also do it as a slider that moves back and forth. I just wanted to make it so that it's, let's make it not so, okay. I think we can do it this way. We have two elements, one will, so this thing is gonna be an outside element. And it's gonna have a background color. The background color is not really gonna matter that much. We'll give it a little bit of opacity, a little bit of opacity, this outside one. We're gonna give it a height of, let's check it out. Give it a height here. Let's do 32 pixels tall. Is that too small? 32 pixels. Why didn't it need to? We gotta make it so it doesn't flex. Yeah, so it doesn't grow. Okay, so 32 pixels seems okay. And then inside we're gonna have it's gonna flow left to right, and then we'll just have two things inside of it. And these two things, their size, not inside of that, inside of this. So we have a left element, right element. Why is it flowing that way? Oh, I had the wrong thing selected. Flow left to right. So now we have two elements, one on the left side, one on the right side. Let's give them a slightly different colors. So we'll make this one red, folks. We'll make it red. Give it 100 opacity, like that. And then we'll make this one green. We'll make this one green. Make it green. 100 opacity. There we go. So we have a red and green. And the idea here is that they'll just sort of grow and shrink side to side. So as one increases, can I just make it so that what if I make it so they don't grow? Well, this one will just grow. Hang on. And I could do something like, so I make 50%. There we go. I'll make this one 50%. Yeah, so, okay, so that's how I'm gonna do it. We just have these two things, and the percentage, I calculate the percentage, I change the percentage, and it'll grow or shrink accordingly. They both have to update, so I'm gonna call this one our left element. We'll call this one our right element, like that. And maybe we should add a label on either side, but this is gonna be the generic meter itself. Daniel Dark says, most of my Twitch recommendations are game development, and I think it's because I have been watching you a lot. Well, I'm glad you've been watching me quite a bit. I've actually, the Twitch community for game developers has been so awesome, so warm, so welcoming. The just like programmer community is kind of amazing. It's really, really awesome. Yeah, Microwavable Hug says, developers, developers, developers. That's a Steve Ballmer quote. Steve Ballmer quote. Gotcha. All right, so this is going to be our actual meter. And then I'm going to put this in, so I'm going to create one more. I'm going to put a parent element around this. Parent element around this. I'm going to put that inside. And we're going to make it, can I make this? I don't want it to grow. I want to put, and this is also going to flow left to right. On the left side, I want to put a little label, essentially. Ooh, why didn't that? Hang on. I think I might need to make this grow like that. There we go. And then we'll do, why is this? Now this whole thing needs to be, we'll find out. Left label. I bet if I make this one not grow, and we make it an exact width, so we'll give it a width of 32 pixels. Yes, okay. Left label. This is in the right label, right image. This will be just a spot for our left image and our right image. And I'm just creating this, just gonna be a simple left image, a little placeholder, so that once we're done, we can actually put some stuff in there. I know it's amazing, just like you, Daniel says. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate it. Gordienko Games, welcome, my friend. Happy Tuesday. How are you, Gordienko Games? It's so nice to see you on this beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, happy day, my friend. How tall are we making? We made it 32 by 30. Let's do 32 here as well. 32 by 32. And we're just gonna put a little fake thing here for now. We'll make it this have just like a color of yellow or something for now, just so we can see that there's going to be a symbol there. There's gonna be an image there. I don't have an image yet. We're gonna wait until our artist has something, but this might look something like this. We'll go with 10, 100 opacity on all of these things. Let's go with all these. Can't multi-edit. That's making me so mad sometimes. It's so harsh. Okay, so I have this meter. This internal meter is going to increase and decrease internally. Left percent, right percent. Okay, so we have a basic meter here. The Dev Dad has made it on this beautiful Tuesday, folks. Dev Dad, how was your stream? How did things wrap up? It's so nice to see you here. How are things going? But folks, if you don't, hey, check it out. Did you guys know today's stream is brought to us by the letter D? D is for the Dev Dad, folks. The Dev Dad is an absolutely amazing software developer, streamer, and father. He is building a productivity app called Embedder in his spare time, and you can watch it all unfold on his stream. What are you waiting for, folks? Give him a heart, give him a follow, give him some love, and then go check out Embedder, folks. It's a beautiful looking app. Fabulous developer. If you like Captain Coder stream because of how Captain Coder explains things, and you're gonna love, you're gonna love the Dev Dad. The Dev Dad knows what he's talking about. He explains stuff so well. I love it over there. If you want to learn a little bit of JavaScript, if you want to learn a little bit about web development, if you want to learn a little bit about software engineering, the Dev Dad's the place to go. Go check it out, folks. Incredible streamer. Give him some love. You won't regret it. All right, so this is our visual element here. Dev Dad, honestly, the stream was a grand slam productivity-wise. Fantastic. Finished my entire back and conversion day. Huge milestone. Thanks for the shout out. No problem, Dev Dad. No, thank you for being here today, my friend. I absolutely love having you here. Ooh, Daniel the Dark wants a story. Let's do it. 1 sec. I gotta log in here. We gotta go log in secretly. Daniel of the Dark, get ready for a story. It's gonna be real good. Maybe. We'll see. It's AI generated story, But let's log into OpenAI here. I got to do it off screen because I don't want no one to know about my OpenAI password or anything like that. Give me a second. They made it so hard to log into this thing for some reason. It used to, you click a button and it would just be right there. You could log in. All right, Daniel Dark, you got to give me a prompt for the story. You got to give me a prompt for the story. And then we'll get going on it. What's the prompt? PG-11 story, folks. All right, what's the prompt? What's the prompt for our story today, Daniel of the Dark? Daniel of the Dark. What's our prompt? We're gonna type in your prompt here. Tell me a story about. All right, fill in the blank. Oh, you want me to pick? Tell me a story about Daniel of the Dark, an epic game developer who is amazing and incredible. All right, you ready? Here we go. Here we go. Let's see here. Here we go. Daniel of the Dark had always been an ambitious and dedicated game developer. His passion for the video games had led him to pursue a career in the industry. Since the early days, Daniel had an impressive knack for creating unique and engaging experiences. He quickly rose to the top of the industry and his games became incredibly popular. He was the talk of the gaming world and everyone wanted to get their hands on his latest titles. But success came with its own set of challenges. As his games grew in popularity, Daniel was besieged with requests from his fans. He had to constantly update his games to keep up with the demands, and he was always pushing himself to new heights. One day, after months of hard work, Daniel was finally ready to launch his latest game. He was so proud of his creation, and he was sure that it would be a hit. But when the game was released, it was met with mixed reviews. Rather than give up, Daniel decided to use the feedback to refine and improve his game. He worked tirelessly to make sure that every aspect of the game was perfect. After months of hard work, Daniel's game was finally ready. When the game was released, it was an AI gave up on us, Daniel. I should have increased the length. All right, hang on. Let's see if we say, and then what? And then what? Oh, come on. The model predicted a completion that begins with the stop sequence. Hang on. And then it was an instant success. Critics praised the game for its innovative mechanics, beautiful visuals, and engaging story. Players were hooked, and Daniel's game quickly became one of the best-selling titles of the year. Daniel had achieved his dream, and he became an overnight sensation, but he never lost sight of what matters most: creating amazing experiences for players. Daniel of the Dark continues to create incredible games that thrill and delight players around the world. Daniel of the Dark, thank you so much. Thank you so much for redeeming that story. Now we all know. Now we all know the epic tale of Daniel of the Dark, the incredible game developer, folks. And you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen, Daniel of the Dark? This is going to be immortalized, folks. It's getting immortalized. On one of our channels here, if I can find it. Where's their channel? Where's the channel for our redeems? There's a redeem channel here somewhere. Right? Where did it go? Where is the redeem? Story generation time. Daniel of the Dark, redeemed by Daniel of the Dark 127. An epic tale of a game developer. All right, and you will forever be immortalized here on the Discord, folks. Daniel of the Dark, thank you so much for the redeem, my friend. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And now, back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, so what are we working on? What were we working on? Daniel of the Dark, again, thank you so much. That was fun. That was fun. That was incredibly fun. I enjoyed that. That water is almost as good as bean water. Let's get some bean water in here too. That's delicious. That bean water is so good. Mr. Natural.
Whoa.
That's right. Whoa. That's right, Mr. Natural. Whoa. All right, so we're creating this little meter here. Hopefully we'll be able to swap some colors out on it. So we have this visual element. Now we got to put 3 of them together. So this is just our stat, a single stat meter. And now what we want to do is we want to add in a couple. I think I'm going to use that as a template here. I'm getting a lot. It's getting a little gnarly down here, but we're going to use that again. So we're going to have another UI document. So we have the stat meter. Now we're going to have a player stats, and this is just going to have 3 of those top to bottom inside of it. So all right, we'll create another visual element. This is a container. And then now, one of the cool things about the UI toolkit is you can just come in here and you can access these. So the stat meter, I can just boop 1. I'm gonna put 1. We're gonna put 2. Come on, go inside. Get inside 2, 3 stat meter. Oh, come on, why am I so bad? Why can't I get you to go in? 3 stat meters that go top to bottom. Let's add some spacing and a border around each one. Let's add spacing. Background, margin, padding. Can I add margin? I think that I need to add in margins between these. I need to add in the margins on these. Okay. Although if I add it here, does it go to the children? 10. No, it doesn't. It doesn't go to the children if I put it there. But we're gonna make it. We're gonna add in our visual element. We gotta add in some padding, margin, top margin. Bottom margin 10. Bottom margin 10. Nope, I did it. Bottom margin 10 there. So now we got our 3 meters here. These are just plates. Keep in mind, these are just placeholders. We're gonna swap them out. I want to be quick. Just have something in there so we have it in there for what it's going to sort of look like. So we have these meters. We have our overall visual elements. It's gonna be called our. This one's gonna be our moon body. Oh, which order are they going in? All right, top to bottom. This one's gonna be our body mind meter. This one is going to be our body mind meter, sun moon meter. And this one's gonna be our yin yang meter, like that. So we have those 3. And now the idea is I should be able to use this. All right, if I save this, I should be able to take this and just plop it in somewhere on my UI. All right, so I have that. Close that here. So then I have this HUD. We have a HUD here. So the idea with my HUD is I should be able to I'm just gonna plop it in over here on the top right. So let's add in from our project, we have our player stats. Boom, drop it into our screen here. Yikes. And we're gonna say, oh, by the way, you just have an absolute position, folks. You just have an absolute position. We're gonna make you have, and I can sort of scale around with this if I want. And you can drag and drop it, make it just look the way you want. We're just gonna put you over here. We're just gonna put you right over there, like that. Let me give you a width of what? 128, is that? No, that's way too small. 256. 256 seems right. And let's have you just scooch a hair over like that. And if I wanted to, I could fiddle around with the things, get it perfect, but I'm not too worried. 128 height. There we go. All right. So now I have a little bit of our meters on here. Now we just gotta hook it up. Hook it up. All right. So if I close this, now my meters just stay on the screen there, which is kind of nice. I need to attach these now to the player, and that's what we're gonna do next. Oh man, the UI toolkit. I love the UI toolkit, folks. Maybe, I don't know exactly why I love it so much more than the UGUI. I don't dislike UGUI, but for some reason, I really like this. Oh, here's the other thing. So check it out. If I wanted to, now in my stat meter, say like, that's a little too thick. That's a little too thick. Come in here and say, I'm gonna make it so that the height of these guys. Can I do that? I should probably put it there. It's a little bit harder now, but let's say I'm gonna change it. I want to be 16, maybe 16 by 16. I have to come in here and change all of this, sadly. 16 height. I can make it so it just fills the space and then the outside thing. That's what I should do. 16 by 16 like that. I hit save. It should propagate through to all of them. Boom, there we go. Because they're templates, they just sort of template. They stack on each other using that XML template. Boom, we got it in there. All right, let's go ahead. in our UI, we're going to add in our stat meter controller. So a meter that's going to control our stats. And we need to add sort of some information about when our players' stats change. So I'm going to create a script here now. It's creating a script. I'm going to create a folder here to organize. Oh, actually, before that, let's do a quick commit, because we got to make sure we commit incrementally as we go, so we don't have to commit too much stuff all at once, all at the end, which is always painful to do. All right, let's come in here. VS Code, why are you so awkwardly shaped right now? Probably because I was using you on a giant monitor. Okay. Get status, get add, get status, get commit -m, chore, I don't know exactly. Oh, it's because I changed, okay. Add simple template for stats, for dual stats. These aren't dueling stats, dual as in two. We don't want to dueling stats, okay. So I'm going to organize this a little bit. We're going to create a simple folder here called player. We're going to put all our player sort of stuff in there. Player stats. Maybe do it as, maybe not. Oh, I already have a folder called UI. UI is where I'm going to put it. I'm going to create a subfolder for this though. Stats, player stats. I'm going to move the player stats stuff into this. Player stats, stat meter. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna add a script here. This script is gonna be our stat player or stat meter controller. So this is gonna sort of be able to update our stats for us, okay? And we're just gonna attach that to our UI here. So it's our player stat meter controller. And once it builds, let it build, let it build, let it build. Here we go, UI controller. Gonna add that in there so we have our stat meter. And now this thing's gonna be in charge of all of these meters inside. So we're gonna go find each one of our meters in here. So when we wake up, void public private void awake. When we wake up, maybe it should be on enable. On enable and on disable, maybe not, we'll see. Because I might want to be able to enable and disable it. Sijian, 5,740 points. You're doing great, my friend. I appreciate all the support. That just means you've been here giving me lots and lots of support, my friend. So happy to have you here. Wow, 5,740 points. Code Red 7. It's Code Red has to flex, of course, with his 17,000 points. You fell off. Rank 11. Yeah, you were busy though. You were busy. You had real things to do. You didn't have time for this Captain Coder nonsense. This Captain Coder nonsense. Used to be 9. That's all right. That's all right. You're always number 9 in my heart, Code Red. No, you're always number 1 in my heart. You're always number 1 in my heart. Not number 9. That'd be a weird thing to say. Number 9 in my heart. Number 1 in my heart, Code Red. Smab, my friend, how are you? The top 3 have 40K. I know they don't want to spend their points. What are they thinking? They're sitting over there just hanging out, not using the points. Smab, good morning, my friend, or good afternoon to you. It's good afternoon, good morning from me to you. Smab, how are you on this beautiful Tuesday? I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday, my friend. Smab, how far have I fallen? You're still in the top 10. Still in the top 10. Everyone checking their points now. Everyone checking those points. No, Daniel the Dark, nothing to apologize. We all got stuff to do. All right, so in my stat meet, I want to leave this semi-open in the back so I can see what the names of my fields are. My player stats is the one I want. So inside of my player stats, I need to go pull out each one of my meters. So body mind meter, sun moon meter, yin yang meter. So I really want a stat meter controller. This is going to control a single stat. So this is sort of a thing that controls a single stat. So this actually shouldn't be a mono behavior, but instead this needs to have a reference to just a single stat. Sijian says, they want to buy houses for points? You need a lot of points to buy a house, I suppose. I don't know what to put in the store to tempt people. I haven't put in, apparently there's nothing in there to tempt people quite enough. A few people redeem stuff here and there. Also, it's a little bit tricky to know what's in the store. I think that's part of it, is that I don't think everyone knows that there is a store. I know that the people in the top there know. The people in the top there certainly know. They're just biding their time, waiting and lurking, and gaining those points in those lurking moments. Okay, so when we wake up, we're gonna have to have, okay, so public public string element label. So we want to be able to go get the label for the element that we're going to be referencing here. And we're going to make this a get private set. This isn't going to be a mono behavior actually. There's going to have like a stat meters controller. So this is going to be a single controller for a single stat. This one is just going to be constructed. And then there's going to be another one here. We're going to make another one. Stat meters control. Maybe I put these all in one controllers. You know what? Actually, I'm going to leave it a stat meter controller. Okay, sorry. This is where I start talking in circles and rambling a little bit. Sijian says, Daniel the Dark says, hey Captain, I'm going to play some Forza. Enjoy your Forza, my friend. I'll be listening to every word you say, I promise. Thank you. Pinky promise, my friend. Angry Jester says, what's with the points in the store? So over on Discord, good question. Let me get distracted one more moment, just a moment. So it's on Twitch only. I haven't quite got it set up properly. Stream Elements doesn't integrate with YouTube as far as the point system goes. But if you watch on Twitch, you gain points. I'm in the process, actually a student of mine's in the process of building a bot that will manage the points across YouTube, Twitch, and Discord so that it'll all sort of be built together. We have a little Stream Elements store here that you can spend those points for little things, just little things, showing off some board games, some of the little emote sort of things going on. So you feel free to redeem these. I'll sing you a song, an AI generated song, or I can serenade you. We have the C# Ultimate Bundle, and then it's the story time. So just little tiny things you do. Smab replying to Daniel says, I've stopped playing Forza. I had finally hit an accolade score of 1M. Forza is a great game. Although I haven't played the latest Forza game. I love driving games. To me, they're very relaxing. They don't have to be though. Racing games don't have to be relaxing, but I like driving games for some reason. The funny thing is I'm not a big fan of just like driving out in the world. I don't get stressed out by it, but it feels slightly stressful to me. But I really enjoy games where you just drive around and explore. I like it. Maybe it's the exploration. All right. So I'm gonna make some classes in here. So this is stat meter. This is like all the meters. Public internal class. This one's gonna be like single meter controller. All right. This one's not a mono behavior, but this is gonna be the one. Each one of these will control a single meter, and we'll have information on how to construct these inside of here. I'm sure I would love Forza Horizon 5. I get scared of playing games during the school year. It's an older game though. I think a friend of mine had it, and anyway, I'll check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out because I think I would really enjoy it. All right, public single meter controller, string element, string label, like this. And then, so inside of here, we'll do element label equals label. And the idea is this thing's gonna go find all of these. And when we construct it, let's also pass in the parent element. Ooh, this doesn't even need the label. It could just be, all right, we're gonna use using Unity engine.ui elements like that. It's set in Mexico, so very familiar landscape for you. What kind of games are you making? What kind of game are you making? Whitney, good question. We are currently doing Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023. So we're creating a dungeon crawler. If you're not familiar with Dungeon Crawler, it is, there's several definitions, but for this game jam, we're making a game in which you have discrete grid-based movement. Let me show you what we got so far. Let me show you what we've got. If you'll build, please, I will show you. We've made some progress here. So I have like a map editor, interestingly enough, a text-based map editor. But we can come around here. We can actually explore in here. Our artist is still working on some stuff, but in certain spots there's a vent. So like right here, there's going to be a portal. You can't see it, but right now you can see there's a portal here. When I moved here, it says there's a dark portal. I can actually enter these portals. So this is going to take me to the yin side or the yang side of the world. So you're currently in the center spot here. This is going to be the yang side. This will be the yin side. So if you enter the portal, you get transported to one of these right now. So I'll go ahead and hit space to transport. So right now I'm in the, now I'm here. I'm in this room up here. And so this is going to be like a maze puzzle in which you're trying to find this spot down here. In each one of these, you're trying to find these spots. I did Dremel, I split them up. It just seemed like the easy, rather than trying to build a whole tool to like color walls on different sides, it was much easier to do to split them up for the tile set. For tiling, it was much easier just based on how my tile system works. How do you create the movement? In this game, we have sort of WASD movements. You have rotations, forward, backwards, and then sidestep, and you can strafe a little bit as well. If I put these side by side, you can sort of, the movement's a little bit easier to see discreetly when I do it this way. You can see me move around. You can see me sidestep left and right, turning as well. We added a little bit of a, but yeah, the walls and stuff block you when you move. You can't move through walls. And then there's no events over here yet that I've implemented, but in the main room here, we have an event system, so it's easy is a strong word. It's relatively easy to add those in. But yeah, we're making a lot of progress on this type of game. I'm enjoying it quite. Dramulk says, can you lerp the movement so it feels smoother, or want the old school dungeon crawler feel? So it wouldn't be hard to lerp the movement at all. The one thing is, they basically, one of the things says recommendations, transition speeds will wait initially and slow down the overall pace of the game. Literally all I have to do to lerp it, I'm using Cinemachine, all I have to do to lerp it is say, hey, rather than doing a cut, I want you to ease in. So, but this causes, it wouldn't be that hard to do it. Because kids kind of like it. I think my target audience is old school players. So like all I'd have to do would be do that. The problem with this now is if you go really fast, well, actually, I guess I couldn't. I was gonna say if you go really fast, it does weird things sometimes. Let me come over here. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I don't want to have to deal with. Oh no, my vertigo is kicking in. I'm sorry, Dramux. I don't want to have to deal too. That's actually pretty cool that it. I thought it wouldn't work as well as it is. The command queuing. Maybe I'll lerp movement forward and backwards as well. The issue is you end up having to do command queuing because people who are super into dungeon crawlers will be like, it looks weird if you're doing stuff really, really fast. And so I think I might just make it an option in the menu to turn it on or off. That said, it wouldn't be hard to add, super easy to add it in. Not necessary for the game though. Not necessary for the game. Okay, so let's hop back into the code. Good questions. So I appreciate that. The label here, so we should actually make this take in instead. This is going to be the top level meter component, I think. So we're going to do a little scan for body meter, mind meter, this sort of thing. So we're actually a visual element. All right, visual element. Visual element. Maybe I should make a class specifically for this sub thing. Super Dance is safe and wise approach to have instant step. Yes. As a person who plays a lot of the older school ones, it's kind of, you could do like command queuing, but it's really, really annoying if it's not done well, and I don't want to have to deal with easing that up. And I suspect the judges will probably, the official judges will appreciate the instant step more than having the smooth transition. So if we have time, we'll add in a smooth transition button where you can add in smooth transition if you'd like to. Meter elements. All right, so that's going to be our top level. Or we'll call this our root element here. Visual element, and we'll do root or visual. Why did I call it public? This should be visual element. This should be root. We'll just make this private like that. And we'll do root equals root. But yeah, I read through those rules and I've seen some of the other game jams, the games that have been created in past jams. Super Dan, I just gotta say thank you again for hosting such, like, I've been wanting to play it for so long. I've been wanting to participate for so long. I've played a lot of the games and I love Dungeon Crawler. So thank you again for hosting it. I don't know if we appreciate you, but I appreciate you very much for doing that. Yes, it'll severely, I agree with that. Boris, is it Boris? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right over on YouTube. It says, hello, Boris. How the heck are you, my friend? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. Just keep those questions PG-11 folks. PG-11 family friendly stream here. When we wake up, we want to go find the left element, the right element. All right, so private visual element, left meter, private visual element, right meter. Like that. We're also going to have to add in a little, like a thing for it to register on. But it's going to be our left meter is going to be equal to our root. I don't even know if I need the root in here, if I'm being completely honest. Root dot Q. We're going to go inside. We're going to find left meter. What did I call it? This is why I had this open, so I can come in here and find what I called it. I'm pronouncing it right. Good. I'm glad I did pronounce it a couple of times, but I think Boris is the correct way to pronounce it. So nice to have you here, my friend. How are you? Left element, right element. Yeah, left element. This isn't what I want. This should be a visual element. This is going to be our left element. And this will be our right meter. It's going to be our right element, like that. What are your tips for beginner programmers? So how beginner? Are you just starting out learning how to program? My tips for beginners, I always say if you want to learn programming, I always say, what am I learn C#? That's what it is. Learn C#. I always recommend learning to program first. Learn the basics before you start hopping straight into game development, because you're going to learn a lot of really bad practices and get really confused. It's easy to get very confused and learn lots of bad practices if you jump directly into game making right off the bat. Bibe asks, what are you making? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Bibe. I'm making a dungeon crawler for the Dungeon Crawler Jam. Whitney asks, can you explain a little about try, catch, and throw? I can. Could you? Let me finish up what I'm doing here, Whitney, and then remind me. I'd be happy to talk about try, catch, throw. It's a really useful tool. I use it quite frequently when you're basically dealing with user input. It's really important to have handlers for that. But if you give me a little bit of time to finish this, I'd be happy to do a little mini lesson for you. Just let me finish this and remind me. So when we come back from our break, remind me to go over try, catch, and throw, because I think that would be a really useful topic for everyone here. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of people would like to know. All right, so we have root, we have left, we have right, and then I need to register this on some stats. Register it on some stats here. So in our player, we need like a player controller type thing. So this. Let me think about this. In our game manager, yeah. So I need a player stats. We have that, right? Player. I think I made a scriptable object for it. Where is it? Where are you? And we're just gonna hook it up on our game manager. We're gonna do we're doing some gnarly coding here. I normally wouldn't do this type of singleton stuff. All right, player stats here. All right, so the player stats. We probably need to have some default values for this as well. Our game manager, we're gonna hook up the player to this. Player to the game manager here. Game manager is gonna have a player stats. Who's calling me? It is literally 6 in the morning. I'm not answering yet. I'm not answering that here. Chads. I'm gonna sing you an anthem in just a minute, Chads. Give me a second here. I gotta focus. We're gonna add in a public player stats here. Player stats. like this. And so then we're gonna have access to these inside of our stat meter controller. But while this is building, we got a new follower, folks, a new member of the crew. Chad's Perch has followed me, and I'd like to thank you today and welcome you to the crew, my friend, on this beautiful Tuesday. Chad's Perch, welcome my friend to the crew. At Captain Coder's Academy, we welcome you today. Chad's Perch, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I am so happy you're here, my friend. I am Captain Coder. I'm a computer science educator, computer science programming teacher, I teach computer science and programming at a school for ages 10 to 14. I'm so happy you're here, my friend. Welcome aboard. If you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, don't hesitate to ask. Normally, I just jump right into questions help, but we're on a time crunch because we're doing a game jam this week. And we're running out of time. I really only have like 3 days to go. And so we're trying to get some, these stats. These are like our meter here. These meters are gonna be sort of moving up and down. So we're hooking those up to a thing to do that. But I'm trying to focus here, gotta focus. All right, so our game manager, we're gonna add in our player stats here. And we're gonna add some listeners to our player stats. So that way we know. We're gonna add what's called an event. These listeners will say that when these change, people can register on them and know what the value of that is. And so that's what we're gonna do. In our stat, in our ability, no. Stats, let's go look at this script again. Under the hood, stat meters, player stats. Inside of this, we have a player stat. Okay, so player stat needs to have a thing that you can register to know when the value has changed. So we're gonna add a listener to this. We're gonna add an event to this so that we can sort of say, hey, when you change, let me know. Tell me how you changed. Let me know about you. Give me that info. Give me that info. So we're gonna add in here, down here underneath the constructor, we're gonna add a little event. So it's gonna be a public event action player stat like this, and it's gonna say on change. Like this. So the way these work is you can register. Someone can say, hey, I'd like to listen to you. I want to know when you change. And all we're gonna do is say when we change here, in this set, anytime the value changes, in addition to updating the value, we're also gonna notify anyone who's listening, say on change.invoke on this. So what this does is anyone who's listening, and I say anyone, any event that happens to be listening to this on change will get notified when this value changes, and will be able to say, okay, how did you change? How should I update myself? I hope that makes sense. So I've created an event here. So let's look at how that works. And I'm a stat meter controller. The main idea is I want to be able to say private void handle stat change. So we need to handle a stat change here. And so this is going to take in a player stat. The important thing here is stat. To remember, the important thing to note here, and let's take a look at this, player stats. If we look at our dual stat, what's called dual stat and player stat there. That's interesting. Maybe I should probably rename that type here. I don't want to do that. I think that might break everything. So notice the action here takes a player stat, and this function takes a player stat. This means that this method can actually be registered on this change here. And so in addition to the root visual element, we are also going to take in a player stat to observe. We're going to observe this player stat. We're going to say to observe dot on change call handle state change. So notice here, anytime this value changes, we're going to invoke the handle state change. And one other thing that I want to do is the very first time we create this thing, I want to actually handle the state change on to observe. So we need to initialize it, and then we register ourselves to watch it from that point forward. All right, so then the question we say, okay, is like, well, what are we going to do here? Let's add another debug assert here real quick. Not another. Debug assert. I want to make sure my left meter is not equal to null here. Not equal to null. Could not locate left element. And we'll do one for the right element as well. Right meter could not locate right element. These are just little things in case I botch something. In case something goes wrong, it'll let me know. All right, so that's that change here. What we're gonna do is in our left meter and our right meter, we need to set the percentages. So we need to figure out what percentage these happen to have on them. It might make sense to add that over here. And so I'm gonna add a little helper here that gives us as a percentage how full it is. Let's think here. Whitney wants to be serenaded. Let me think here. All right, processing, building a song. We're building a song here. Serenading Whitney. Whitney. Oh, Whitney. I adore you, Whitney. Thank you for being here, my friend. I adore you, Whitney. I would like to tell you how much you mean to me. You have no idea just how much you mean to the captain on this day. Oh, Whitney, I adore you, and I'd like to show you my gratitude. Whitney, thank you so much for the serenade, my friend. I hope that was satisfactory. I hope you feel that was points well spent, my friend. I hope you enjoyed that serenade. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it says insufficient. Oh, ha! Whitney, well, you know, you got me. I got boozled. Anyway, Whitney, I hope you enjoyed that serenade, my friend. Woo, that's hilarious. Oh, man, I have little tears in my eye. Oh, MMO. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, man, Whitney, well, you know, now you'll just know next time what you're getting yourself into, my friend. You'll know what you're getting yourself into. I hope that was satisfactory, though. Either way, that was enjoyable for me. I love to sing, folks. Let's hop back into our code a little bit. All right, we're handling our state change. Oh, okay, so what I was doing, I need to find the percentage of, so basically I want to find what the percentage of the left side should take. So, I don't think that should be too hard to do because we have a value. So we're going to do public, let's see, public float, equal game, and welcome back, my friend. How the heck are you on this beautiful day? Public float, percentage here. And this is just going to calculate. So we have our value and we have our max. So I think I want to do math f.absolute of our value. All right, so we're gonna have the absolute of our value, and we just divide that by our max. In our max, we got to make sure these are floats. So just to be safe, I'm gonna force that here, and then this will give us a this will give us a percentage that's between 0 and 1, between 0 and 1 here, and then this should give us. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting because I thought I redeemed it too. Yeah, I really thought so. Lobster says, Captain, can I shamelessly post a link to a game prototype that I made? Absolutely. Give me a second to give you permission to do it. Permit Lobster Kovic. You know what, Lobster? Are you on the Discord? I'm going to actually also recommend, I'm not going to look at it right now. I don't think I'm going to have time. But if you post it on the Discord as well, you can create a whole thread just for yourself. So over on the Discord.
Here I am talking to myself. I'm so sorry. I think on that stream started. Oh man, I don't know if my audio works when I'm on that screen. I don't think it has like the voice chat in there. I was over here talking to myself. I'm glad I caught it. So sorry. What I was saying, Lobster Kovic, I don't know how much of that you caught, is you should also post your game on the games forum on the Discord. If you're not already on the Discord, you could post it there. You get your own thread for it so you can keep people in the loop on any updates you go. I don't have time to play it right now just because I'm trying to focus on getting the Game Jam stuff done. But I promise if you post it over on the Discord, I will do my best to check it out. G says, it's fine. We know people talk to themselves on stream. I talk to myself all day long. All right, cool. Here we go. Yeah, just if normally, and if I don't check it out, please keep reminding me, especially next week. I'll be streaming next week. After the Game Jam's over, I'll be a lot more free to check out stuff people are doing. I'll be a lot more free to check out what people are doing. I just got to focus on this. I just got to get this. I got to make it work. Missing a semicolon over here. So there's something interesting. So we're going to do left percentage here. Because the percentage of how full just one of them isn't exactly quite right. So we're gonna do left percentage like this, and right percentage. You got your game on Google Play, Lobster Kovic, do you? We can check it out on someone's asking. Not just on itch. Gotcha. Okay, so I think all I gotta do here is is there a little thing that tells me the left and the right? Part value. Okay, so part value takes in a stat. Left value would be how much percentage should it take? So if they're at, okay, so if the value is 0, this should actually be 50%. If the value is 0, this should be 50%. So it's going to be 0.5 plus the value divided by the max. This thing times 0.5. And this should be cast to a float like this. What's going on here? This needs to be an F as well. So this is going to get us, this will end up being scaled to 0.5. So this is going to be a number between 0, this is going to be a number between -1 and 1. And then that's going to get scaled by 0.5, then we add 0.5 to it. So if it's -1, we end up with 0 here. I think this is the correct percentage size. Okay, so this is our left percentage, and it ends up being all the way to 1. Okay, let's give this a shot. I'm gonna look at it here. On the stat change, we need to set the size of this thing. Let's go look at it real quick. We're getting close to needing to have to take a break here, so I'm hoping we can finish this without too much. I'm hoping we can finish it before the first break. Hoping we can finish it before the first break. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. So if I look at the meter, the left element here, I need to adjust the size, and it's by a percentage. Okay, so the size is by a percentage. And so it's going to be our left percentage, and then the right one's going to be our right percentage. Also, could I just make it so, I probably could make it so the right one just grows. Let's go look at that. Let's get slightly, not distracted, but let's try and look at that real quick. This is our player stats stat meter. I think I should only have to do it on this side. If I make this one auto, if I make this one flex grow 1, it should take up the whole size. So if as this one grows, the other one shrinks, and then as this one shrinks, the other one grows. Yes. So if I make that just take up the whole space. All right, so we'll do this 50% for now. And then I just have to set that left percentage. And we should be good to go. All right, so on our left meter dot style dot size, Less meter. What is this styling? How do I access this style? This cedar dot. I'm surprised it's not just size. What is this in the USS? Let meter dot style dot. Let's take a look in here. Width. There we go. Width. And this is going to be like a width type style length. This is going to be equal. We got to figure out style length dot. Can we just make a new one of you? What are the subclasses? It's a struct. Okay. So we'll do style length width like this. Should be able to do width. What is this telling me? Equals new style length, and we're gonna say style keyword. We probably have to tell it style keyword, style keyword. Can I give you a string? It takes in a length v, so new length unit, and we're gonna set this to left percentage. We'll do 50 for now, and then the length unit should be percent. Okay, so we had to like logic our way through this, and so we can actually just put this on the right side of that. So handle the change says pull this out. We're gonna do stat dot left percentage, and then we multiply by 100 because this is a number between 0 and 1, so we got to multiply by 100 here. And maybe this might just make more sense pulled out here. Var percentage, and we can set styling percentage like that. Okay. All right, so we have this handle state change here. When we wake up, we need to make sure we have all of our internal meters. So we gotta go find each of our internal meters and attach it to a player stat. So in this one, when we wake up, we wanna find in our player stats UI. I created 3 here, we just gotta find them. And so in our body, mind meter, sun, moon meter, yin yang meter, body, mind meter. All right, so we're gonna do, this thing should be attached, require component UI document. It has to be attached to a UI document, type of. And we're gonna pull out the root element. So we're gonna do get component when we wake up, UI document, root visual element. So we're gonna do visual element root equals this. And then we're gonna go find each one of these. So we're gonna do root dot q, and this is gonna be another visual element. So q is for query, and we're gonna query body mind meter. So I should be able to create a list of these. These are gonna be a list. This is interesting that I almost don't need, this could almost just be, it's interesting that I have this class doing this. It's not really doing, well, the class is managing this. Okay, so we do need that. Just interesting that I don't need to maintain a reference. I've written it in an interesting way. So I can do new single meter controller. And we're gonna write a little helper here. Void add register meter, and we'll just take in a string label, and we're gonna do this down here, and we'll keep track of our private visual element root. We'll do this. Root is this. We'll do a debug.assert. Root is not equal to null. Could not find root element. That. And we're gonna do register meter. This is gonna take in body mind meter, and it's gonna be our game manager dot instance dot player stats dot get stats. There's a little bit I got to do here. I got to figure out exactly what that's going to look like. It's coming to that. So it's going to take in a label and then a player stat to observe. And we'll use our root. We're going to find it. Visual element meter equals, and then we create a meter, and we do to observe here. So this is just interesting to me because I've written it in a way that controller. I don't need to use this variable once it's constructed because it sort of registers itself. I feel like I might want that at some point to turn on and off the meter information. But for now, I'm not going to worry about that. It's kind of bad practice to construct an object and then do nothing with it. So let's do this. I'm going to do to observe handle state changes will be controller. This is more in line with what we want. Single meter controller is inaccessible due to its protection level. Okay, so we'll make this public. Okay, this like makes a little bit more sense to me. And then the player stat here needs to be the actual stat that we're getting. Player stats has a list of stats. In it, we need to have a public player stat. This is interesting. Player stat get stat. I'm just call it stat, and it's going to take in a player. A dual stat. Hang on, player stat. What is dual stat? Oh, dual stat is what it should take in. Okay, so this should take in a dual stat and returns a player stat. So given a dual stat, get the player stat back. Okay. And then I'm going to do something really not great, but we're going to do for each player stat and stats. We're going to look through all of our stats. We're just going to pull out the one that happens to have this on it. Yeah, so the dual stat. We're going to say if stat, this should be, what's going on here? In stats. Why are you complaining? Return default. Return null. Oh, it's saying here, player stat. We're gonna say if our stat is equal to the player stat dot stat, return player stat. All right, so this is a little bit like not great. And then if we make it down here, we're gonna throw an exception, throw new, illegal or invalid. New system dot invalid argument or argument exception. There we go. Argument exception could not find stat. Ideally, I'd have some sort of like dictionary or make it so the dual stat maybe have this ordered properly. We're gonna just do it this way. We're just gonna look it up like that. Not the best practice. Player stats dot stat of body mind dual stat dot body mind. Okay, so now we can register each one of these meters. So we have body meter. This should be label down here. Body mind meter. What else do we got? We got body mind meter. What are our other dual stats? Sun moon meter, and yin yang meter. So I think these are our different meters: sun, moon, yin, yang. And let's go just double check in the UI builder that's what we have: body meter, sun, moon meter, yin, yang meter. Okay, all right. I think this will work. I think therefore I am. I think therefore it works. That would be cool. That would be cool if that were true. I think therefore it works. Let's come back to our game scene. So my thought, they didn't update. Oh, I haven't added this to here. I did add it in there. I need, when I run it, do these set themselves? It's a question. I kind of thought these would, so we have a null reference exception. Game manager instance here. Our last break was 90 minutes ago. We gotta take a break, folks. We have to take a break. I unfortunately couldn't get there. I'm so close. I'm assuming my game manager, I need to make my game manager sort of wake up first, I believe. And that should do it. So in my window, real quick, we gotta take a break, but real quick. Where is sequencing timeline? Game manager. Nope, timeline's not what I want. What is the window I get to let me change how things wake up? Is it in project settings? Time here, project settings. What is it called? Though? I can never find it. I never have to do this very often. Execution order. All right, so we're gonna add in game manager. The game manager needs to happen before 0. Where did it go? It did not like that. Add game manager. All right, we'll set you to 1. Apparently 1 was like not allowed. There we go. I'm hoping game manager. Lamster, thank you for the help. Lamster 991, 50 points to you. Thank you so much for your contributions, my friend. I appreciate it. Let's apply this. I think that's what's happening, is that it's not registered. That's weird. We're gonna see though. We're gonna try running it one more time. And we gotta take a break. We gotta get some more bean water. I'm out of bean water. I'm out of regular water, folks. When you're out of, I actually have a little bit of bean water left. But when you're out of regular water, you know you're in a bad spot. Okay, so that wasn't it. What? Just pointing at the right thing. Line 14. Might need to move it to the dash minuses. Let's take a look here. When we come back. All right, so we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna take a look at this when we come back, because I can't stop game manager.instance. Let's do a thing. Game manager. I just need to know which one of these things. So actually it needs to be -1. -1, are we sure? Let's take a look. So executes before default time. Let's take a look. It should, I just need it to execute before the stat meter controller, I think. But let's take a look. Let's try it. Edit, project settings, execution, -1. Because I really think I just need it to, I don't think this will do it either. I just want the game manager, essentially I want the game manager to wake up before our meter. I don't think this will work, but we'll give it a shot. And if it works, it works. But I think something in there is null. It works. All right, Lamster. I don't quite understand. Lamster, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. 200 points to you, my friend. 200 points to you. I don't understand why that worked, but you'll see these meters now sort of adjust based on our stats. I don't understand. And I think if I go and I update this, it should. Where's our player stats? I think if I were to change this, you can't call on enable. Can't edit. Get is plain is not allowed to be called during serialization. Call it from on enable instead. That's interesting. I am doing. I was trying to do something cheeky over here. Player stat. Hacky is a better word. Player stat. So on after deserialize, I set part value. Part value gets set based on, so it sets the value. There's some, it doesn't like this being modified at runtime. on line 46. It's saying that for some reason, get is plain is not allowed to be called during serialization. This is being called during serialization, which is funny to me. Because I wrote this hack so that way I could do this during gameplay. On after deserialize. What would be the way to make it so? Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. The player won't be adjusting these. I just wanted to see it get adjusted if I changed it here. I want it to be reflected here, but that event's not firing. That said, if I set this down to 0, real quick, and then we gotta take a break. Gotta take a longer break. Let's set this to -50. Here. Oh, what is going on now? This isn't working. What's going on here? Can't make this work from the. I'm 90% sure it's this. Those things, even when the gameplay ends, they're still like registered or something. Interesting. Yeah, that event there. So I kind of want to do like if the game is running on. That was just like a little hack I did there to make those things swap themselves out when they change in there. We'll deal with that later. We're gonna deal with that in a minute. I gotta take a break. We've been going way too long. Everybody for hanging out here. I shall return. We're gonna get some more bean water. We're gonna get some more regular. When we come back, we're gonna do some stretches. So get ready for some stretchage, folks. We're gonna take care of ourselves and take care of our bodies. The captain will return. Hang tight, folks. I shall be back. And the captain's back. And we got a new member of the crew, folks. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Dragon Killer 900. Welcome to the crew, my friend. You may not know this, but everyone who joins the crew gets a song. You're about to get a song, my friend. Dragon Killer 900. Welcome to the crew. Dragon Killer, thank you for following me. We've got a Dragon Killer 900 here, and you're part of the crew now. Dragon Killer 900, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We are working on the Dungeon Crawler 2023 Game Jam, folks. But we've been coding for about over 90 minutes, almost 2 hours at this point. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to get up. We got to take care of ourselves. If you're like me, if you're like the captain, you're a coding troll. You're stuck at your computer. Not stuck, but you're sitting at your computer all day, hunched over like a troll, feeling your shoulders, getting those repeated stress injuries, those RSIs, folks. The captain loves you, though. The captain loves you out there. And if you love you, that means you should love your body. And if you love your body,
pay attention.
You got to take care of your body. And one way you can take care of your body is getting on up every hour, every 2 hours, 2 hours max. So let's get on up, do some stretches, take care of yourself. So we're going to do some stretches here, folks. We're going to do some stretches here. I'm feeling a little tight here in the shoulder. So we're going to start out with some shoulder rolls. We're going to start out with some shoulder rolls, folks. Start out with some shoulder rolls. Roku, safely attached to the computer with steel chains. Perfect. Perfect. Safely attached to your computer. So we're going to start with some shoulders. We're going to roll those shoulders back a couple times. Oh, yeah. Just get those shoulders rolling back. Ooh, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Add in some elbows, folks. Oh, add in some elbows. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear that. Can I get closer to the mic? I got a little bit of a crunchiness in my left shoulder there. It's nice. Oh, there it goes. Working it out. Let's go full arm, folks. Full arm. Nice big circles here. Nice big circles. Hope you're, I hope you're not too, oh, yeah. Let's roll. All right, bring it forward now. Do shoulder rolls forward. Shoulder rolls forward. Oh, yeah. Feels good to take care of yourselves. Take care. So let's add in some elbows. Oh, yeah. Oh, that left shoulder. Oh, feels good. Full arm. Ye old Taurus King, welcome back, my friend. How are you, ye old Taurus King? Full rolls. Oh, yeah. Shake it out. All right, folks, we're gonna take a deep breath in, and exhale. We're gonna roll down. Hinge at the hips. Maybe I can get this in the scene. Hinge at the hips and just hang there. See if you can touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, that's okay. That's okay, just doing your best, taking care of yourself. But focus on hinging at the hips and just hanging there. Oh, yeah. Don't lock the knees. You don't want to cut off that blood flow thing. Just going to hang here for 10 more seconds, folks. Ooh. Oh, doesn't that feel lovely? Isn't that nice? Just hanging there. All right. Breathe in slowly for 5 seconds. 2. Oh. Another deep breath. Oh. Go and give yourself a nice big hug. See if you can grab your shoulder blades. Maybe you can't reach as far as you can around. Give yourself a nice little squeeze here. Oh, yeah. Oh, love yourself. I hope you love yourself. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. I love having you here. Keeping me motivated, keeping me interested, keep me learning new things each and every day. I hope you guys are learning something. I hope you guys are learning to enjoy yourselves. Oh, yeah. And let that go. Shake it out, folks. Shake it out. Thank you so much for joining me in those stretches. We're going to hop back into it here. 105 minutes. Yeah, we get to reset that break timer. Reset, break. Oh. And for stretching with me, folks, all of you are going to get 50 points. Thank you so much for joining me in that beautiful stretch. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm having a beautiful day. We had a question earlier. Before I hop back into it, we had a question. Someone was asking, I think it was Whitney. Whitney was asking, Whitney, are you here? Neriak, I'm so glad that felt great. It felt great for me. I'm glad it felt great for you. Whitney, are you still here? I wanted to go over, you were asking a question about exceptions, try, catch, and throw. So I was going to do a little example here. gonna take a little break from here. Make dir try catch example. And so we're gonna just talk about that real quick. Let me open this up. .NET new console project. We'll just talk about that real quick. Whitney, I hope you're still here. I hope you're still here. I'm gonna tag you. Sorry. No, I'm gonna tag this as a little. Let's see. There's a button I can press that will mark this. I want to add a marker. How do I add a marker? Marker. There we go. Added a marker. Whitney, if you're still here, I'm gonna talk about try catch real quick. So try catch. First off, to understand what try catch does, you need to understand what an exception is. So in programming, we have this idea of an exception. H. Mendoza, happy Tuesday, my friend. How the heck are you on this beautiful Tuesday morning, my friend? I hope you're having a beautiful day. So what is an exception? That, you know, your program sort of runs top to bottom, and when something happens that it doesn't know how to do, this is called an exception. It's often called an exceptional case in your program. So for example, we might write out a simple program that asks the user console.write, enter a number. Okay, we're gonna ask the user to enter a number. We're gonna have them enter enter a whole number. All right, and so we're gonna ask them to enter a whole number. So this is an integer. Integer user input equals, you know, so if we did console.readline, it's gonna get user input. This happens to be a string. We want to convert it to an int, and it's pretty easy to do that. We can do int.parse. Int.parse is gonna take what the user typed in and convert it to an integer, and then we're just gonna say, okay, console.writeline, you entered, and then we're just gonna tell them what the user entered. We're just gonna put that back out, say you entered, you know, and then the user input that user entered. Really simple program, nothing too special or spectacular about it. But let's go ahead and run this program so we can see it here. And I can just type in, come on, I can type in, you know, 42, and it's like, you entered 42. All right. But what happens if I enter 42? We get an exception saying that the input string 42 was not in a correct format. If we run it this way, you get 42. It's happy to do that. Now we sort of get this error. We get an we have this exception because the computer says, well, I tried to run this thing, but I don't know how to proceed, and I can only proceed if I know how to do things. This is an exception. It's an exceptional case. H. Mendoza has a great question, actually. What is the exclamation point after read line? So if I don't put this there, this is just a warning saying, hey, read line could technically return something that's not a string. So the read line says it maybe returns a string, and if it sometimes can be null, the exclamation point says, I promise this isn't gonna be null. I promise it isn't gonna be null. So it'd be null in the case that there's like no input. So there's some, if I was like reading from a file rather than from the user typing something in, I could get the end of file, and you end up with null anytime you call it. So the exclamation point here, the other option would be to sort of say like, if it's null, so I could do this to say, well, if you're null, return 0, like that. So that's sort of another option. Say, well, if it's null, what's the default? I'm just putting the exclamation point here to say, ignore that warning. I'm essentially saying, I promise there, I don't want that warning, get rid of it. Okay. So if we run this, if we type something that's not the number 40, not an integer, we get an exception. Okay, so this is where try catch can be useful. Try catch can be useful. We can actually say, okay, well, instead, I'm gonna try to parse the user's input like this. Can try to parse the user's input, and if I fail, and this happens to say I'm doing a format exception. So I'm gonna say, actually, if I get a format exception. Ooh, exception. If I get a format exception, what is this complaint about? Exception that is thrown when the format of an illegal argument, unnecessary assignment. Oh, I just haven't used it yet. I do console.writeline. That was not valid input. And then down here, my program will keep running and say console.writeline, the program continued. Okay, So now if we run this, and I enter the number 42, if I type number 42, the program no longer crashes. The program no longer crashes. All right, so that's the try catch says, well, we can try something. If the exception happens, we can catch it. What should we do if the exception happens? So this is sort of like a way to say, well, I might have a default value. So I might even do int user input up here. I'm gonna say user input equals this parse. And then down here, I'll say, well, the default value is gonna be 0. I'm gonna say the default value is 0. Alternatively, I could say equals 0 here. And then I don't need it down there, and sort of allows it to do that thing. So that's try, catch. And then finally is just sort of a block that will always happen regardless of whether or not the try or whether or not an exception happened or not. This all, oh, so hang, let me do a thing here. We're gonna say that console.writeLine, this always happens. This always happens so long as we, so if you throw like an exception that wasn't a creative, like program crashes, this won't happen, but this will always happen regardless of try or catch. So let's run this again real quick. If I type in a correct number, I get 50. This always happens, the program continued. If I type in like something that's not an integer, fail. It says that was not valid. This always happens, program continued. So this will always execute. And then afterwards, we always continue after the end of it. So this is sort of like the idea of try, catch, find. This is the mechanics of it, not necessarily when you use it, but ideally you would use it whenever you might get input. One of the times we typically use it is during user input or file handling or processing when we want the program to be able to continue executing. Whitney, I hope that was helpful. Again, I'm glad you're here. Not again, but Whitney, for such a great question. 50 points to you. Thank you for letting me take the time, asking a question that allowed me to take the time to talk about exceptions. I hope this was helpful for you. Proton's here though. Proton says, what are you trying to catch exceptionally? I was just showing an example here. What are you trying to catch exceptionally? I'm not entirely, I think that there's a joke there. I missed it. I'm a simpleton, Proton. I'm a simpleton, folks. And Super Dan making a console dungeon crawler now. You know it, baby. You know it. No. I'm just doing a little example. Little deviation. Take a little deviation. Folks, did you know Proton? The legendary, the incredible Proton himself, astounding Commodore 64 guru. Incredible programmer, musician, and graphician, absolute legend, makes some incredible music. Gotta go check out his stream, folks. Lovely stream over there. I love it. One of my favorite places to like work. It's one of my favorite streams to listen to while I work. Sijian, so we were specifically talking about what try catch does. You're correct. You're correct that there is a try parse, but someone was asking how does try catch and finally work? What are those things? So we were just explaining those mechanics. Internally, try parse actually uses a try on the inside. Grumpy Games, and you wouldn't be the first to make a console-based dungeon for the Jam. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun to do actually. Sijian, but yeah, try parse would be an alternative to this that doesn't throw an exception. You are correct. We just had a question about exceptions, try and catch specifically, so I wanted to talk about the mechanics. I hope that's okay. I hope we learned something. A matter. So I'm so sorry about the pronunciation here. Ahmet DMers. Ahmet, I'm gonna just call you Ahmet if that's okay. I'm struggling to split my assemblies. Can you give advice? When you say struggling to split assemblies, what exactly do you mean? Just struggling to try and conceptually figure out what should go together? Because I use assemblies all over the place. I think it's great to logically combine your things into assemblies and keep the logic separate. So when you say advice, what do you mean? So my advice, and this is probably helpful, is use assemblies from the beginning, and then you won't have to split it up later. That's like the unfortunate, painful advice that I have. That said, once you start splitting things into assemblies in Unity, getting them to communicate with each other can be difficult. especially if you have lots and lots of stuff. If I wanted to do it, I would start by making one big assembly. So let me think here. If I was doing it in a project that didn't have assemblies yet, I would start by making one big assembly and slowly pulling out the components into separate assemblies. That's probably how I do it. I hope that helps, Ahmet. I'm not sure if that is useful or not. If you need help getting your assemblies separated, I would say that I'd be happy. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'd be happy to try and help you sort of offline, off the stream a little bit. If you join the Discord, you don't have to, and ask for help. If you post your question in here on how to do it, I'd probably create a little video on how I'd do it, because I think that would be super useful, how to break your program up into assemblies, especially if you have a big project starting out. Lo-Fi Craft, how are you? How are you? Welcome back, Lo-Fi Craft. Nice to see you. And we also got Lo-Fi Craft over on YouTube as well. The Grump says interfaces can help with that split because tight dependencies can make splitting them up challenging. Yes. So it's like building with the assemblies in mind can be helpful. On this, I'm building such a gnarly prototype on this project that I'm not really using assemblies. I'm using assemblies in the sense that I have like these external libraries that I've written that I'm putting in here. But that's not so much assembly stuff. I do have a couple assemblies in here. Yeah, so mine are, I do have a couple in my package, in my plugins, my Captain Coder. These are my assemblies here that I'm using, but these were like made external of Unity. And so in Unity, I don't think I have any assemblies going on here. Lo-Fi Craft, yes, we're doing 3D. We're doing 3D. I'm trying to get these meters to work. These meters actually do work. Let's test it out real quick. I'm gonna create an event. I'm gonna create an event that happens, that adjusts these. So just to test it out, before, I did reset my break timer. Before we left, I discovered, let's go ahead and close that. Before we left, I discovered my stat meter, not my stat meter, my dual stat. There's an issue with calling this on change. So I'm wondering if we can check if the game is running. Can we check Unity check if game is running? How do I check if the game is running? Is in player edit mode. Application.is playing. Okay. So here we're gonna say if application.is playing. We don't do this in editor mode. This is the little check here that we have to wrap this in. Okay, let's try that. Dramulx, thank you so much. Add points, Dramulx, that was perfect, my friend. That's exactly what I was looking for, I think. Let's check it out. Let's run it. Let's do it. Let's give it a go. Let's see here if I did this. What's interesting is I don't think these things like deregistered when the game. We need something that when this thing. I have a mild concern that I'm not sure. I'm playing MC Bed Wars. I don't know why I mentioned it. I don't know what is that Minecraft Bed Wars? Minecraft Bed Wars, I think what that is. I was gonna say I don't know what that is, but I think it's Minecraft. All right, so we still get this. Dual stat. Access to application in runtime. Get is playing is not allowed to be called during serialization. My hack, folks, my hack. It doesn't like it. Ahmet asks, by the way, is there any way to restart game like close and reopen from executable? I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to do. I would just say close the application and reopen it. So that's why I'm not sure exactly what you mean. When you ask, is there a way to restart a game like close and reopen from executable? Are you saying my game specifically or in general? This is annoying. I don't want this to be called here. Can we add another hack? Public private bool is serializing is serializing equals true. Is serializing equals false. Don't do this, folks. This is a hack. This is a terrible, terrible hack. Don't do it. Is serializing. Can't. Don't do it. Don't do what I'm doing right now. We're in a hacky game jam situation, and I just want to make something work here. This is how you write terrible hacky bugs. This is not the proper way to do this. All right, so I can adjust this. And then there's sort of this idea. This isn't going to update my scene here now, though, because it's going to be part of is serializing. So when is your game jam going to start? Biotest, when is my game jam going to start? That's in June. That's in June. The Captain Coders game jam. Learn you a game jam. That's June 17th. June 17th. So it's a while. You got some time. You got some time. It's a while away. It's in the summer. But when I have more time, when I'm not teaching, I'm going to do it. This will make it so that if it is serializing, I can't call application dot if it is not serializing or is plain. I think it was telling me I couldn't do this. Is plain. Application dot is plain. I think it's telling me I can't do that. Are you using Git as version control? Yes, I am. To June 24th, I have my birthday on June 26th. Ooh, that's exciting. Yeah, I can't do that. All right, we're gonna ignore. We're gonna. All right, so we're gonna just leave this hack in. I need to add in an event that'll let me do this. All right, so I have this event type here. We're gonna add in a stat change event. Stat change event. Okay, so the stat change event. Just to get it to work, I'm gonna do this on interact thing here. And this is gonna be a stat change event. Teleport event stat change event stat change. And just to test it out, we'll have a little message here. We're gonna do player. We need to get game. I need Unity to recognize me, Unity. Recognize me. All right. Should have all the stuff in here now. So we're gonna do game manager.instance.player stat body dual stat dot body mind dot value plus equals 10. We're just going to update it by 10, and then we should get, we'll add it to the message controller dot right line you fill your body growth. There we go. Amrit says, I heard Git is not very good for asset files. Do you think it's okay to go with Git? Because I'm thinking of switching to Git with Git Tia. I'm not sure. So let me say I'm very, very new with Unity. I've only been using it for a few months. I have not had any issues, but I haven't worked on a team project before. From what I understand, the asset stuff can get a little bit wonky in merges. As a solo developer, you just got to be careful. I think it's possible. I haven't used Tia. You do definitely want Git a large file support. Git large file support is definitely something you want because it will do smart things for compression. So specifically with like Unity scene files and stuff, I hear it has an issue. I heard people like Perforce in the game world. I don't know why though. I think people get scared of Git and don't want to take the time to like truly learn it. working with binary files and any sort of version control is going to be tricky. So you just have to have a system for doing it. That said, you know, and when we had big files and stuff at previous companies, we sort of had like a separate repository for those files and ways to get them. So we sort of had like an asset manager tool to manage those. All right, so we got to add in this event. So we're going to create one of these events. So if I come to my map, I'm going to go to my interest. We're going to add an event, create an event. We're going to create a stat change event. This is just going to be stat change event. We'll adjust this. We'll call this dumb event. And the dumb event, we're going to register it on our entrance here. We're going to add it to in my map. Let me look at my entrance map real quick. Entrance.txt. M. We're going to add it here on M. In this middle spot, we're going to make it so that our M has this event. So we're going to add in a event, not here. Add in an event for the M tile. We are going to have an event here. Let's clear this out. We're going to say that we have events, our dumb event for, we have V, we have that. This is going to be our dumb event here just to test out whether or not these bars adjust. And maybe, hang on, let me come in here and I'm going to make all the stat change a bunch of them. Body, mind, sun, moon, yin, yang. We'll do -10 on one, -17. We'll do plus 5 on another one, +7. Look, I don't know why I like these weird numbers. Okay, so this should add this event in the middle of our map. When we use the interact in the middle of the entrance, we should see this change. That's all I really wanted to test here. Amert says, currently I'm using Perforce and it's pretty good, but checkout system is not very productive for me. I'm solo developer anyway, and Getia is free and open source solution. So you feel your body grow. Yep, look at our meters change. All right, so it does work. It does work there. And they go one way or the other. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love it. I love it. I'm pretty happy about that. Let me think. I think we got that first thing done here. Got a little distracted with the chat, but that's super fun. We added a placeholder stat. All right, so we're gonna clear this off, folks. Proton asks, Captain, you use Git. Have you tried Perforce Helix? They say it's the fastest Git that exists. I have not tried Perforce. I'm stuck in my ways of using Git a little bit. And I've never done game dev professionally at all. I've not done it. I've really only been doing Unity for 3 months. I've done a handful of jams before that. I got into programming because I wanted to do it. Superdan says, if regular Git scares you, then I recommend GitHub Desktop. Yeah, GitHub Desktop is what I have my students use. This isn't what I want. I need to close. Oh, this is just the wrong folder. Here we go. Let's reopen this here. I use Git from the terminal. People have told, they can't believe I use Git from the terminal. I totally prefer Git from the terminal, if I'm being completely honest. I'm very non-functional with Git UI-based tools. I'm just not good at it. Because this is what I've known, this is what I've learned, this is how I've done it for years. For years and years and years, I used a computer that had no mouse. No mouse. For years and years and years, I lived just like in Emacs, no mouse. Anyway, I browsed the internet with no mouse. I used my web browser of choice for a long time was Lynx, which has, no images, just text. If I miss something in the chat, don't hesitate to ask again. So we're gonna do a git commit here. This was a feat implement first draft of stat bars. Push this up. Captain used to do things no hands. Yeah, I used to use a computer that was just like all foot based. You typed everything just big toe, just your big toe only. That's how I got so good. The Hungry Taco says, Hungover Taco says, I started using Tortoise Git like 4 years ago now. I can't remember most commands. Folks, for being here to witness this momentous occasion, we added placeholder stat meters for our UI. Hopefully we'll get some better stat meters in there some point soon. But for being here to witness this momentous occasion, all of you get 50 points, friends. 50 points. Chuck Norris has nothing on the captain. That's true. True. Okay, we're gonna add, the next thing I wanted to try and add today was a dialogue string. So you notice I have this really terrible message thing here. We want to have a little bit of dialogue where the user can have some choices, or just press enter to continue. So I want to add a placeholder dialogue screen where it sort of pops up. The idea would be a little pop-up, and you could have like a picture of an avatar here of a person who's talking with like maybe a little name. I'm not going to go super in depth on it, but I'm just going to add in it here. Amrit asks, how long are you using C#? I've been using C# for about 19 months. I haven't been, not very long, a little less than 2 years. So I started using it in like, I want to say June of 2021, something like that. So I started, there's one summer where I started using it and I really liked it. And I just sort of fell in love with it. And so that's sort of like, at this point, I'm in love with C#. It's my favorite I wouldn't say it's my favorite language. I'm in love with C#. It's my favorite object-oriented programming language currently. My favorite language is probably Haskell. Haskell or OCaml. I think I really like Haskell, but OCaml I tend to be more productive in OCaml. Haskell melts my brain a little bit. But I love the puzzle of like figuring out the types and stuff in Haskell. I absolutely love Haskell. I went 4 years where I only wrote Haskell code. If I had a choice, I'd use Haskell always. Proton asks, Captain, I bet you'll never guess what I'm going to practice next. Something I'll be planning to master in the near future. I have no idea what you're planning to master next. I know you've been doing stuff with C++ and SDL. Would it be music related? Tell me. I want to know. I need to know. Amherst, welcome to the crew, my friend. Thank you so much for the follow. You may not know this, Amherst. Amit, not Amherst. I don't know why I'm calling it Amherst. Amit, I'm gonna sing to you. Amit, welcome to the crew. Amit, my friend, you are here with us, and I am welcoming you with a song today. Amit, thank you for following me. Amit, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. I hope you enjoy your stay, my friend. Proton, you're gonna use Unreal 5. I would have never guessed that. I never would have guessed that. I am super interested in using Unreal 5 myself. I kind of want to explore all the, maybe not all the engines, but I want to explore Godot and Unreal Engine. We're going to be looking at both of those this summer. I make no guarantees. I'm going to change it. I would like to look at both of those this summer. We're definitely going to look at Godot this summer. Probably Unreal. I haven't done much C++ coding, so it would be a good way for me to fiddle around with C++. I love C. MMOPug says CryEngine, go AAA. I haven't even heard of I've never even heard of CryEngine. Gramlux, don't worry. I'm gonna be using C#. I'll be using C# for all my stuff. I was looking into how to use C# in Unreal. I'll probably explore C++ a little bit. But you know how I write my libraries. I have so many plans, folks. I have so many plans for what I want to do with the next chapter of my book. The next section of my book. So I'm mostly finished with the first part of the book, the object-oriented part of my C# book. I have very exciting plans. I hope to do it. Okay, so what are we doing? We're gonna do a little bit of a UI. We're gonna do a little bit more UI stuff. I really wanted to find, and I'm so sad. We almost had someone on our team that was specifically going to do UI stuff for us, but they had a better team that they wanted to go join, so I'm a little sad about that. That's okay. Lovebaker says, I think I'm the only one to code still in Scratch from all in the chat. That's okay. Everyone there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a huge fan of Scratch myself, but it's fine to use. It's fine to use to learn and grow and code as long as you are enjoying it. That's the important part. Don't do it for anybody else. All right, so we're gonna add a dialogue screen. Just a very simple dialogue. So I want this sort of dialogue that interrupts the player. So it will stop, when a dialogue comes up, it's gonna stop the sort of what's going on in the background around you. Daniel says, I kind of want to try Godot because you can use C#, but from what I've seen, the editor function is way different. Yes, I hear the interactions are very different than Unity. It's just a new thing to learn. Toak says, if you want to start from scratch, you will have to invent the universe. Boom, just snap it into existence. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about that? Okay, so let's hop in here. So dialogue screen. The dialogue screen, the main idea is it pops up and you can have some options in it down at the bottom. So let's create a little rough draft for it. Create a rough draft for it down here. And I'll have some options on the side. This was sort of like my start of it, but this is just gonna be like a message, a thing that shows you message. The dialogue is gonna actually cover up more of the screen, have like maybe an image or portrait or something on it. But we're just create a placeholder for that today. Or next, I shouldn't say today, but next. So we're gonna create a folder here. We're gonna call this the dialogue here. Proton asks, my friend wants me to join his company to develop AAA class multiplayer games. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. That would be awesome. Joining the AAA industry, folks. That's a tall order. That's too much. That's too much pressure for me. This is why I'm a teacher. So I don't know, guys, if you guys have noticed, but I get sort of obsessed with my coding. I like glaze over and I fall into the code and I can't help but like just get obsessed with coding. Is really unhealthy for me to actually be in the software engineering field, like working for a company. I'd work 60, 80 hours a week just because I was so into what I was doing. Not healthy for me. And it's I've always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher. And when I finally became a teacher, I was like, this is the right job for me for sure. This is the right job for me. Lo-Fi Crafts, I will try Unreal Engine today or tomorrow, I guess. You know, if you want to check it out, you can. It's definitely a level up from scratch. I'm sure it will be. I haven't used it. So let me start by saying I haven't used it. All right, so we want a UI document. So this document is going to be our dialogue box. So this is our dialogue box here. And so the dialogue box is just gonna be, let's pop this out. Or maybe I want it to like, I hate this. Hungover Talk says work-life balance is crucial in the dev job to avoid burnout. Yeah, tell me about it. I've worked for several startups. It's just, I get too into it. My brain just starts going crazy with coding stuff. He says, perhaps I should think about having a company as well. You could. So we're gonna have this be the outer part of our dialogue. This is gonna be container, dialogue container. And so this is gonna sort of be our background. At some point we'll add a background image to this that gets sliced out. And then internally I'll just have a little bit of a border on the inside. This is gonna be text container, container. And this is gonna actually be inside of a scroll view, like that. And then we're just gonna add we're gonna add a margin to this, or padding. Let's actually add padding to this. Yeah, we'll add padding 10 pixels. So then we'll be inside, oh, that was interesting. All right, so we won't add padding. Instead, we'll add a margin to this, 10 pixels, so that it has a margin. That's interesting. I want this dialogue to take up the whole space, and if then there's more in it, let's add a little bit of a background to this as well, just to give it, just so we can see it. We'll add a tint, background color. Give it a little bit of a tint here so we can see it. Can we get like a nice tan color? I can never figure out how to do colors. Give it a nice tan color. That's not a nice tan color, that's an ugly tan color, but it'll do. That'll do. And then inside we'll have text show up inside of it. So it's gonna be the actual text container. Is that right? And then this, let's make a long text. Let's put some lorem ipsum real quick. Lorem ipsum, just to make sure that it flows through here well. Generate some lorem ipsum. Let's take a paragraph. And we'll dump it into this text. Should be a text. Text text container, and then there's going to be labels inside of that. Yeah, so we'll add labels with our text inside of that. Is that what we want? Is there just like a text? Yeah, we don't want it to be a field. We'll add a label inside of that, and the label will have text inside of it. And this scroll view gets cut off. I want my scroll view. This thing should not. This is interesting here. This is interesting here. Let me look. Let me look here. I want this to wrap. And this should wrap as well. And the label on our text should wrap. There we go. Okay. So I just wanted to match up there. Let's add in our the font that we picked. We're gonna swap this out at some point. Ooh, that font is too fancy. Make it size 24. And as this thing should like scale as we go. I'm gonna leave this scroll bar. We'll adjust the scroll bar later, maybe, possibly. Come here. Let's make it scroll bar. There's probably some scroll bar styling here. Scroll bar. Horizontal scroller visibility auto. Scroll clamps. Isn't there? I thought there was a spot here where I could adjust the width of that scroll bar. 'Cause that scroll bar is horrible. Horrible. We're gonna leave it now though. So the idea is my dialogue, we put stuff in there and we have it. So this is just like the dialogue, what did I call this? Dialogue container. And then there's gonna be a bottom thing down at the bottom of it. All right, so this is gonna be the template for our dialogue specifically. And then we will have, maybe I just make it so that label, oh, that's what we'll do. We'll make it the label. I shouldn't have done that. Can I undo? Oh, I'm undoing all the wrong things. Why didn't undo doesn't work here? That was too bad. All right, so I want to leave this as wrap. This is the actual text. This is the font that we want. Here, make it 20. We'll save that. So this is, maybe I'll rename this. This should be in my dialogue box. And then we're gonna have another UI that wraps that. And it's gonna, is that right? Or do we want the options down here? I can't decide. If I add in another thing below this, this will be our, I'm gonna call this options container. Options container. The idea is buttons will show up here on what you can do, or just press enter to continue type stuff. And so we'll add in a few buttons inside of that, and these should flow left to right. Display flex left to right like that. What's interesting is how much shouldn't, oh, why are these? All right, so shrink and grow 1 1 1 1. So our options 1 1. So these will take up, if as you add buttons, they will sort of take up that space. Those will be your options down at the bottom. And so the idea is we find options, we add the buttons, we add the listeners for what the buttons should do. In our box, we get text to show up. I wonder if I can make this thing, I think this is okay. Text container label. So we'll change this to be our text like that. Button. That's right, G. So sorry if I missed. So sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I apologize. I got a little bit drawn in onto the UI a little bit here. Hungover Taco asked, "Is there any good use case for dependency injection in Unity?" essentially all the same places you might use it otherwise. I'm cheating you know. The answer is yes, dependency injection is super useful when you want to do stuff. So I've like written a little tool for doing like injecting a randomization thing in my dice roll. It's not specific to Unity, but it's a library that's in C#, and I use it in Unity it's often for testing or just changing the type of randomness that's happening, maybe making a loaded die without having to like write a whole new die interface. You can just change the loaded die by saying, oh, by the way, this we're using this, but we're gonna cheat on the random rolls a little bit. Absolutely. All the same places you might otherwise normally see it. All right, this is gonna be our dialogue here. I should really make this our text. Yeah, I'm gonna extract this label. We'll leave this for now. I suspect it's gonna bite me in the butt later when we go to change the fonts. So we'll do that. We have our dialog box, and let's go to our HUD. We're gonna put the dialog box in here. It just won't always be visible. It won't always be visible. So on our screen, here, UI, gonna add in our dialog box to the screen. And then we're gonna just change it so that we're gonna do, again, I'm doing a lot of like semi-hacky stuff. We're gonna do absolute positioning, and the dialog box, I'm just gonna say, sort of is gonna show up in this area. It shows up on top. Undo, match the screen. All right. The undo button on this scene is crazy because it starts undoing stuff in my inspector behind me. So I got the undo button there's a bug here with undo, or a very, very annoying feature of how it works. Oh, I don't like that. So we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, so we wanna make that, so the flex and stuff isn't quite what I want. So we'll go to our dialog box and we're gonna clean that up a little bit. But the idea is you'd have a dialog box pop up like this. There might be a little portrait above. And in fact, this probably should cover this section down here. So we'll have this be our dialogue. It's really ugly. Again, this is just placeholder. Hopefully we'll get the UI person, but by default, we can sort of turn this dialog box on and off. So this is where we're gonna put it for now. Let's go clean up. Can I edit? If I can, can I double click here to go edit that? I can't. Okay. Let's close, let's save. Let's open up the dialog box template. And I would like to make it so when this thing, so yeah. So let's shrink it down here. We'll play around with this a little bit. This should flex top to bottom. The scroll view should grow size 1. Okay. And then as we get bigger, notice the buttons start taking up too much space here. So as we grow, my buttons, my options down here, I don't want you to grow. There we go. So that should take care of that. There we go. Good morning, Lance. How are you? How are you? How are you, Lance? Nerex also said there is a Zenject library for Unity for dependency injection. Very powerful tool. I've never used it, but thank you, Nerex. Thank you for the recommendation. Nerex, for that recommendation. 50 points to you, my friend. Thank you so much for suggesting it. We'll have to take a look at it at some point in the future, because that would be super cool. That'd be super cool. So the idea with this, though, is that there's just going to be a text, we'll call this dialog text down inside of it, that we can go find and update the text as necessary. So let's see if we can add in a little bit of a dialogue thing here. And then the idea is you'd swap out, you just add the buttons you need in the options container. We'll call this buttons container, button container, like that. So we can find it inside. Let's go look real quick at our HUD just to see if this looks okay on the HUD a little bit. What it does, we can see it there on the input there. Maybe I'll move it up on the HUD. It's just that little box down at the bottom probably won't exist later, and instead this will pop up and give you options. I'm gonna move it up just to soothe my mind a little bit more. And like I was saying, this, maybe it'll actually come across the whole thing, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's make, I don't know. I'm bad at UI. I'm so bad at UI. We'll do this. We'll have it just pop up here. I'm gonna stop. I'm spending too much time on this. The artist is gonna design a better UI for us anyway. I'm gonna put this here. By default, this is going to be hidden. So the whole opacity of this entire thing, display, is gonna be off. So we're gonna toggle the display on when a dialogue shows up. Okay. And so I'm gonna add in a dialogue controller for this thing that we can use to interact with it. Lance says, I'm doing well, thank you. No colors for it yet, but I posted a couple of update images for the Gun Arc editor script. It's a wall of text, but I tried to explain it. Yeah, I saw that. This is like the first thing I read this morning. I didn't reply because I was on my phone. But folks, go check it out. Yet another space game. Yet another space game. Lance, epic stuff going on. You guys gotta follow this post. More people should be following this post here. Share a link to this post. Where is isn't there a link option? Hang on, there's a link option. I've seen it. Copy, link. Folks, you guys gotta go check out this yet another space game post by our very own Lance. Welcome, Lance, who's a member of the Bridge Crew, by the way. Lance is a member of the Bridge Crew. Check it out. Check it out, Lance. Thank you so much for your membership. I appreciate you. Look at that. Lance is a Bridge Crew. Bridge Crew, thank you so much, Lance, for that. Lance, this looks awesome. Lance is an aspiring indie game. Are you aspiring game developer or just like a fiddler indie game developer? I'm not sure. I think it might be fair to call you an aspiring game developer, but working on little widget. Look at these widgets he's made in Unity. These are cool. So the different weapons have different firing arcs that they can sort of aim at. This is so cool. I haven't done any editor widgets, and this is just sort of a part of me that's going like, oh, I really want to do this for my marble game. I'm teaching a class called 3D level design in Unity where people are going to be making levels. My students are going to be making levels for the crazy marble game that we made a while back. Yeah, man, this looks awesome. People, you got to go check out this thread. Get updates on it. When you're on this thread, if you want to get updates, all you got to do is click follow post. You'll get updates on it. You got to. This is so cool. Lance, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you for the update as well. Okay, so I'm working on this HUD, and I'm gonna create a dialogue controller. So we're gonna add a script called dialogue controller. Dialogue controller, where are you, my friend? Dialogue controller. We're gonna steal this controller a little bit here and call it dialogue controller. Dialogue controller, like this, requires a UI component. We're gonna drop these things a little bit. So it's gonna go find the dialogue component. We don't need to register anything on it. Instead, this thing's gonna have I'm using the singleton. I'm abusing the singleton pattern like crazy on this project, folks. Do not abuse this. Look. Sometimes you just got to get things done. We're doing a hacky prototype. I'm totally abusing the singleton pattern here to make the coding go faster. Make the coding go faster, but it makes the code uglier and harder to manage. But we're abusing the singleton pattern for speed. I'm going to say don't use the singleton pattern as much as I'm doing. In fact, I'm not even doing the singleton pattern correctly. I'm abusing it horribly. All right, so we're going to get the root visual element, and then what are my other elements called here on my UI? I'm going to move this to the other screen just real quick while I get this in my HUD. I'm going to have the UI builder open off to the left on my other monitor so I can see it over there. Oh, Unity's getting slow. Not too slow yet, but when I start having all these scripts, I need to, if I was using assemblies, the build would be faster. So part of me is like, maybe I should have been doing that this whole time. All right. Oh, it's still gonna make it. So if I shrink, oh, that's so annoying. I hate that. I hate that. That Unity has to be on top when you click on this stuff. When I'm working on, I have the editor open on the side. Unity, why are you this way? Why are you the worst? No, Unity's not the worst. It's just annoying me. Okay, so here's my code. The visual element I want to get here is my dialog box. Okay, so we're gonna do, Unity is the best. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, Unity, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, Unity, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm just frustrated that you always wanna be on top and that your windows don't work the way I want them to work. Unity, I love you. Unity, I never meant to be so bad to you. I never meant to say the things I said. All right, so we gotta find the dialog box here. So it's gonna be root, Unity left the room, Q, visual elements. And in fact, this should probably be, this is not a real root. Visual element, we're gonna find dialog box, dialog box like this. And then inside of that, there's really just a couple spots we need to have information on. We want our spot for buttons. So where do we put buttons? Where do we put buttons in here? So deep down inside this, we have our button container. You guys can't see this, but on my other screen, I'm using the UI toolkit to find the labels I've set for these things. So we have a button container. So this is gonna be, so I need a private visual element button container. And so our button container is going to be do you want to find the dialog box first, and then I'm going to queue. This should be my root here. Okay, and then we'll do an assert dot. What is that? Is the font too small now? It's too small now. 1 second, let me close this once. There we go. Our root, this is sort of the dialog box here. We'll do a debug.assert root is not equal to null. Could not find dialog box. Okay. And then using our root inside of that, I want to query for the button container visual element. This is another visual element. And button container is the ID I gave it. And the other one I need a query for specifically is our label. Come on. All right, our label here. Oh my goodness, come on, Unity, why are you closing things on me? Scroll view, deep down inside, scroller, Unity slider, visual element. Why is this so why is this so painful right now? Visual element, why can't I, where are you? Viewport, here we go. Sorry folks, on the other screen, I'm struggling. You can hear me struggling. Just dialog text, that's what I called it. All right, so private visual element dialog text. Okay, and really, text container. I might end up using that, so I'm gonna change. So I'm gonna put a little comment to myself. This is the this is where you should put new labels. And private visual element dialog text. This is the starting label. Okay. So then I want to come in here. I don't know that I need the text container. .q visual element. And our visual element here is going to be, the name of it in there is dialog text. All right, so I have these things. I want to make a little method here, public void add write message like this. All right, so it's gonna take in a string message. And so this is just gonna replace the text. I'm gonna call this set dialog text. All right, so that's gonna just be dialog text dot text. Oh, this should be a label actually. This one's a label. Label. So this one should be dot text equals message. Like that. New public void set options. So this set options is going to take in a list of pairs of strings, label, and action system dot action actions like this, and this is going to be the set options actions. And in fact, maybe I'll do this. I'm gonna actually I'm gonna make it easier to do this by making this be a params actions. This is an array of these. Okay. And what we're gonna do is in our button container dot remove. Is there like a all? Is there like a remove all? I need to remove all of the children from this. What does remove do? Removes this child from the hierarchy. Okay, so we want to remove all of our children elements. Dot children. Children's an iterator. Okay, it's an iterator. So we'll do for each visual element child in. Oh, I probably can't do that. It'll probably say I'm not allowed to modify this while I'm iterating over it. So I have to do it the old way. So I'm gonna do var children equals this, and then we say for let's just go ahead and using system.link. I'm lazy dot to array. All right, so now I've pulled them all out. I should be able to do for each visual element child in children. Button container dot remove child. This should be okay. If this is a list, I usually use for each loop for just a clear function. There's no clear on this. Children is returning an enumerable. It's an IEnumerable. And so we're gonna pull it out. We're gonna force it into an array, and then we're gonna remove them all. So it's an iterator. So it's a little bit tricky. I can't just do that shorthand there. Proton said, Unity is the best for developers who don't expect the very best quality. If you want that, you have to go with Unreal Engine. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I agree with that, but I have no frame of reference. I've only used Unity like this. So this actually forces it to evaluate all of the elements. So the sad part is I'm looping through it twice. So this actually loops through all the elements. This loops through all the elements again. Luckily, the size is going to be like at most 3, so it shouldn't be a big deal. That said, I do Proton Fig war is about to begin. Starting a war, yeah, starting that controversy. All right, so we're gonna remove all the children, and I want to make a new button. So we're gonna say for each string label system.action action in actions. Can I do this? Yes, I can. Okay, so then we're just gonna create a new button for each one of these. And I need to, the styling needs to be fixed up on these. This is where I'm like going, oh, the style sheets will be nice. Hopefully to be able to change these later. So we're gonna do button B equals new, button label. Oh, action. Name, this is interesting. B dot text. This the label text, set the text to be displayed. I think I can do this. Text equals label. Can I do that? Beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then we're just gonna say button container dot add B. And we'll end up needing to add some style sheets to it, but I should be able to set the options, set the dialogue, and then let's add in a thing here, public void, set visible or set visible bool true, or set display. Set, really this should be a property. Public bool is visible. And then we will do get. Get is our root element dot style dot display is equal to what is the type of display? Display is an iStyle. Style enum. Style enum display style. Display style dot there's more to this than I need it to be. Display style dot value. What is value? It's a display style dot toString, something like that. Interesting. I'm looking at. So sorry, I'm missing some of the chat. I apologize. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna change this set real quick. So set will help inform me on how I need to actually change the root dot style dot display. I need to change the display. Not visibility? Is it just visibility? Thought it was in display. Let's look at, we're in the UI builder. Hang on. Let me get the UI builder back here just so we can look at what I'm doing. Let's look at what I'm doing here. Got to wrap up here in a minute, folks. Not in a minute, but a couple minutes. We're going to finish this dialogue box, hopefully in the next little bit, and then I gotta hop off. Gotta be productive, be a little bit more productive. I feel like I've been pretty productive this stream. So this dialogue box visibility. Oh, maybe I just changed the visibility. Visibility flex none. Oh, okay. So it is the display. I could do a display here. Okay. So we do visibility dot display. Flex or none are the two options. That's interesting. Dot style dot display. Oh, the cloud of disappointment. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, Lo-Fi Craft. I'm so sorry. Or disapproval. The cloud of, I'm so sorry you disapprove of me ending the stream. I think that's what you're disapproving about. Is equal to this is gonna be a style enum display style. It's so interesting. Style enum dot, how do I make display style dot flex? I don't think I can do, oh, I can do that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do is visible is gonna be value. If our value is true, then we flex this way. Otherwise, display none. So we should be able to turn it on and off this way, like that. And then our get should be root.style.display. What does value return? Value returns a display style. We're gonna say if it's equal to display.flex, it's visible. So this is sort of how we're sort of forwarding this off to the styling of it. We'll know if it's visible, if this is true, and we can turn it on and off. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can make a dialogue show up on the screen. We're gonna try creating it. We're gonna add to our event here that has like the dialogue pop up. One thing is that this like the box, I want it to disable the player controls, the movement controls.
Whoa,
Grumble of Pugs! Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Happy Tuesday! Holy moly! Thank you so much for the raid. Happy Tuesday. Grumble of Pugs is here, my friends. Grumble of Pugs has raided us. Grumble, I'm saying Grumble How are you? Grumble of Pugs, how was your stream, my friend? Thank you so much for the raid. Shout out to Grumble of Pugs, folks. Oh, Grumble. Let me get it right. Of Pugs. Folks, if you're not following Grumble Pugs, you gotta give them some love. See right there, see that button? See that little heart button? Don't break that heart. Give that heart some love. Give them a follow. Grumble Pugs, thank you so much for the stream. Thank you again so much for the raid. I appreciate it. What are we working on like today? What are we working on today? We are working on the Dungeon Crawler Jam 2023, folks. We have about 3 days left on this. We're trying to crunch our way through it. Right now, I'm trying to build a very simple dialogue tool so that we can have like events that we can click and do interesting things with. And so I'm gonna make it a little event here that's gonna have our dialogue pop up and give us an option, and we have to click one of the options to do something. So we're gonna do that real quick. Lo-Fi Craft, I'm so sorry if I forgot you. Let me scroll up real quick. Lo-Fi Craft says, what tips do you have for me at coding for me? What tips do you have for me at coding for me? I think you're asking, how should you learn to code? I think C# is a great place to start. Lo-Fi Craft, here's some resources. If you want to start learning to code, I am writing a book. It's in the alpha stage. Adventures in C# is an online workbook that teaches you the basics of programming in C#. You'll learn about variables. You'll learn about if statements. You'll learn about loops. You'll learn about arrays, lists, all that good stuff, all the basics right here on c#.captaincoder.org. Go check it out if you'd like to. It's targeted for young students. So it might not be your cup of tea, but I teach students ages 10 to 14, so it's sort of targeted for a younger audience, so it might not be your cup of tea. I also highly recommend the C# Player's Guide. Best book for learning C# out there for both experienced and new programmers. The first part of the book, first 14 chapters, are all the basics. Then we get into object-oriented programming, and then we go into C# specific stuff. This book is fantastic. This book is absolutely fantastic. Redston, of course you can. And then if it's cost prohibitive to you, the Yellow Book is a free PDF you can get for learning to program in C#. I love C#, such a fun language. I think it's a great language to start out into. Although some people might disagree, I absolutely love these options. So go check them out, folks. Go check them out. Lo-Fi Craft, I hope that helps. Redston, put it in the Discord when I'm ready. Let's take a look. Is it just in general chat? Let's look in here. General chat, let's see. Unity Coder, thank you so much for that link in the general chat. Unity Coder. Add points, Unity Coder. I don't know if you're still here. 50 points, thank you so much for the raffle link there, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Is it in self-promotion? Where did you post your link, Redston? Redston, I can't find it. Where did you post it? Self-promo. Oh, okay, here we go. This is the racing, the car driving game you're making, right? Or, you build. So this is really cool, folks. Redston's making a game in which you sort of design vehicles. Grumble Pugs, no worries, I get it. Have yourself a beautiful day. As always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and as always, you are welcome back anytime. Thanks again here. So we got a little bit of this car thing. This is really cool. So let me ask, in your game, you can like change how far, so you sort of have like this building block in the middle. Can you add more than 4 wheels? Can you add more to this? But you can sort of change how far things go out in this. This looks awesome, Redston. This looks awesome. Someone asked, Weed Jokes asked, what that adventure? I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you want to ask again, let me know. Can you pass the link? Can I pass the link? Oh, the Adventures in C#? Sure, you might have missed it here, but Adventures in C#, this is the workbook that I'm writing. It's in alpha. I'd say maybe even pre-alpha a little bit. Donnie says, what's up, Captain? What's up, Donnie? I'm doing fabulously well. We're working on our dungeon crawler here. Pure Luck asks, how's the progress? Making lots of progress. So we added in this meter here. We add, like our game, we can actually explore and walk around stuff. Hungover Taco says, I have morning stand-up, but thank you for the stream this morning. Always a good time. Enjoy your day, Hungover Taco. I keep wanting to call you Hungry Taco. Hungover Taco, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you being here. Absolutely love having you. Oh, let me reset those values real quick. 1 second. Our player stats. Let's set these back to 0, 0, 0. Okay. So I have what we did today is, well, we added a ton of stuff in since yesterday, actually. But we can actually explore and walk around in our dungeon now. So it's like sort of a discrete movement. People really like the discrete movement. There's little events that can trigger. So there's a portal here. There's a portal here. In the middle, you can't see it, but there's a little thing here. If I press space, these meters get adjusted when I press space here. So there's like a little thing, you feel your body grow. And so these meters can go up and down based on that. If I were to adjust this, let's see if it's gonna break anything. It won't actually show us exactly what's there. But now if I come in here and I do this, I hit space, this meter is tied to this. Redstone's ass, I think you should make the head movement smoother. So the reason I haven't done that is because for this jam, a lot of people don't like that. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but this is like traditionally how this type of game works, is it doesn't move smooth. And so I'm gonna, hopefully if I have time, I'm gonna add that as an option. So you can make so you could do smooth movement if you want. It's not actually that hard to do, but getting it to work well. So for example, all I really have to do is set this, and now I have like smooth transitions, but it gets sort of awkward when you start moving fast. It's sort of like, you notice it because it's like jumping the player around a little bit. So it's not necessarily what we want in this specific jam. All right, so we added a dialogue controller. I'm gonna see if we can add an event here in my UI. Did I add my dialogue controller? I did. We're gonna see if we can add an event so that when it pops up, it asks which of Shiny. Welcome, my friend Shiny. How are you? Shiny, welcome back. You're a little late. That's okay. Never too late. Never too late to say hello. Shiny, how are you, my friend, on this beautiful Tuesday? I hope you're having a beautiful day. I was gonna update my event here. Event. Stat change event. So instead, it's going to ask the player which stat they'd like to increase. All right, so we're going to do our dialogue controller instance and just to make my life better, var diag equals dialogue controller dot instance diag dot show set message set. What did I do it? What did I call it? I should just have this same message or something. Set dialogue text. Set dialogue text. Before you are 3 fountains. Which fountain? 3 fountains. A red fountain. A blue, I'm curious if this new line thing will work here. A blue fountain. A green fountain. Which do you drink? All right, which do you drink? We're gonna give that here. Then we're gonna add three options for the player here. So we're gonna add 3 options in here. So the first option, var option, actually it's gonna be string, comma action, option, we'll call this red option. I'm gonna import system. Using system. Shady says, doing great. I'm good to hear it. Redston, have yourself a beautiful day, my friend. I'm so sorry you're feeling like you have to go. Not feeling like it. I'm so sorry that you have to go. Enjoy your day, my friend. You're welcome back anytime. Pure Luck says, looking great. Lots of progress, it seems. I'll grab coffee and catch up a bit later. Enjoy your day, Pure Luck. Thank you so much for popping in. All right, so our red thing here is going to say, it's just going to say red fountain. And then the action is going to be this. This will be the action. Probably want to make it close the dialogue by default. But we'll do red, blue, and green. Red, blue, green, blue, green. 75 minutes. Time is flying, folks. Time is flying. So I'm just hacking this together real quick to test it out. We're gonna to make sure that this is something that will work. This is what we call test as you go. Normally, you guys know I like to write unit tests, but we're doing a test as we go here. And then all of these actions. All right, so I'm actually gonna create a thing here called private action get create action string label. All of these I want to close the dialogue as well when they're done. So the action should also be sort of like want to. Okay, we're gonna do this. Why is my brain? Why am I struggling? Why am I struggling? Okay, this is gonna take in a stat dual stat change int change. There we go. And this is gonna return a function that does this, and it's gonna be stat. Should be stat. And this will be change. And then we also want to do dialog controller dot instance dot is visible equals false. Okay. So the idea is once we have these, all of these things do diag dot set options red, green, red, blue, green, like this. This is going to get us back an option. It's going to be create action body mind dual stat dot body mind 10. All right, let's keep going here with this. This is going to be a create action. This one was sun moon -10, and this one is going to be the yin yang plus. We'll do plus 15. Okay, so they're green fountain. In these things, we can also have it, each one have its own message. I'm not going to leave that for now. I'm going to leave that for now. Set option, red, green, blue. When we do it, we set it to false. Okay. All right. State stat change event. Let's test it. Let's test it. We'll see what's missing. Shady says, I shared some progress on your Discord, man. If you want to see it, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Let's keep focusing here just for a moment. You may have to remind me to take a look at it. But I do actually have to hop off here in a little bit because we're on a tight game jam schedule here. I'm probably, all right, so feel your body grow. That is not what I wanted. You feel your body grow. Why didn't these show up here? On interact. Stat change event. Don't worry, my friend. Oh, sorry, don't worry. I said, do not worry. I'll try not to worry. I always get a little bit worried because I love, this game jam has me a little bit stressed out because it's hard to stream and make progress. And I want to do well by my team because my team is so awesome. My team is so awesome here. And so I'm trying really, really hard. I know I told people I was going to do a streamathon, but I lied. I'm sorry. We'll have to do a streamathon this summer. This summer, we're going to do a streamathon at some point. I need to be able to focus on these things. I think I know what's going on in my dialogue controller. We did add that action. Set. Oh, we don't actually ever set. We do set it here. Dialogue. Oh, I didn't set it to true. I didn't set it visible. Oh, the feel your body grow needs to happen after we do this. Okay. So, and then we're gonna do diag.isVisible equals true. Okay. And then isVisible equals false there. Okay, so I didn't actually ever turn on the dialogue. Donnie asked, am I planning to do office hours today by chance? If you want some office hours, I could do a little bit, but I wasn't planning on it just because I'm trying to get so much done on this game jam. I know I've been talking about it. So now we get a dot. Before you are 3 fountains, a red fountain, a blue fountain, a green fountain. Which do you drink? Do red fountain, boom, happens, and it goes away. So we have this little system here that the blue fountain, I'm already all empty on that. Green fountain, cool. So we have a little thing here to make little dialogues, little events come up. One thing I want to do is when the dialogues open, I want it to sort of disable the player's movement. And maybe always have like a cancel option or something that's sort of like a default. But I'd like to be able to disable the player's movement when a dialogue is open. I think in general we wanted that, but I'm worried about making that sort of hard stop a person. But it should be relatively easy. So let's go player movement controller. We're just gonna set, I'm gonna write a thing here called public void enable controls. It's enable controls. Set in controls controls enabled. Why can't it public bool controls enabled? All right, so we're gonna have a get and set for this. Get is gonna be controls dot enabled. Can we check if it's enabled? Dot is private bool is enabled. Is controls enabled equals false by default. And then we'll just return controls enabled here. And when we do the set, we'll do controls enabled equals value. And we'll basically say if controls enabled, we will register them here. Else we unregister them. So this will allow us to turn these on and off. Oh, in fact, we could actually, hang on. I can just do this. I can do controls. Yeah. If it's this one, we do controls.enable. Otherwise, do controls.disable. So we should be able to turn these on and off now. We also have a new crew member. Spirit Daotomi. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing that wrong. So I'm just gonna go with S. The Sprite is Sprite Da. I don't know how to pronounce it. We're gonna try and sing a song though. We're gonna sing you a theme song here. Is Sprite Da, is Sprite Da, I welcome you, is Sprite Da, I appreciate you following me today. Esprita, I thank you for being a member of the crew. Welcome, my friend, to Captain Coder's Academy. Esprite D Auto MNE. I'm so sorry I can't pronounce it. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew, my friend. So happy to have you here on this beautiful day. I apologize for all right, everybody. You had to listen to me struggle so hard with that song. I'll be gonna get 50 points because I couldn't sing a good song there. And for having to suffer through that Esprite down. Oh, I lost you. It says you're not in the chat anymore. We're gonna give you 500 points anyway, though. So I'm so sorry. I hope you're actually in the chat. I'm sorry if I scared you away there. Amber asked, oh, we can do question mark operators like this. Yeah. So this is the question mark equals, that's the null coalescing operator. If you do question mark equals, this is the null coalescing assignment operator. Spirit of the Fall. Here, let me try to do a better song then for you. Spirit of the Fall. You're the spirit of the fall, and I'd like to welcome you to the Captain Coder's Academy. No, please don't. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop. French friend, welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. All right, so we have this controls enabled. We can set this value here on and off. When we wake up, we're gonna do on enable, on disable, like this. Okay. Fast chat. I'd like to welcome you to the crew. You try to tell me to focus, but you can't make me do it. Fast chat. Try and make me focus. I'm trying to focus, but I can't. Fast Chat, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. Happy to have you here. Amr says you should step on Netcoding Universe someday. Absolutely. I want to do multiplayer stuff in Unity. I haven't done any multiplayer stuff in Unity. I've done multiplayer networking stuff in general, but not in Unity. And so that's on. So guess what, folks? If you want to see a project, we usually do a new project here every week, every 2 weeks. If there's something specific you want to see, you can suggest a project idea on the Suggest Project forum. This is usually where we get the project ideas. It doesn't even have to be game related. If you want me to do something not game related, feel free to post it in here. For example, down here, we actually have, where did it go? It's all slipping through, but someone said creating a programming language. Where is it? Programming language. Someone said, did it get deleted? Someone might have deleted it. Someone suggested implementing a programming language, and I just at the top. Oh, it's the very first one. Create a coding language. I'm gonna do this on stream. I kind of did it with my DICE system. I want to improve my DICE system. So this is coming soon, folks. Creating a coding language. One of my favorite things to do is write a programming language. So we'll be doing that on stream in the future. Maybe that'll be the next project we do. I'm not sure. Once we finish this. All right, I'm focusing. We got to get this done. Because we've been going. We went over on our break timer here. I'm so close. So in this specific dialogue, whenever the dialogue opens, okay. So what I want to do is, if the dialogue is open, we're gonna say our player movement controller dot instance dot controls enabled is going to be equal to value, the opposite of the value. So if the value is true, the controls aren't enabled. If the value is false, the controls are enabled. So this should enable and disable the controls for us here. Amrit says, why are you using Visual Studio Code instead of Studio? Is there better features on Code? No, the answer is no, they're not better on Code. In fact, Visual Studio is it's much more feature rich for development. Visual Studio and Writer are both more feature rich. You may or may not know this, but I'm a computer science educator. I work at a school in which we do lots of different programming classes. All right, so if I do this, all right, so now my controls are disabled. Click red fountain, and now my controls are enabled. Cool, so it works. Sorry. So we managed to finish this little dialogue thing here, so that's super cool. All right, so you were asking why I'm using VS Code. The main reason I'm using VS Code is this is our editor of choice at the school I work at. So students learning Python, using JavaScript, learning HTML, learning any programming language. We have one editor, so you only have to learn that one editor. That said, the other reason is the school I work at is a bring your own device. So some students are on Windows, some students are on Mac, some students are on Linux, and Visual Studio is not available on anything except Windows. That's the main reason. So the main reason I use Visual Studio Code is so that I want to make sure I am quote unquote have some level of expertise in it to help students debug issues. So when something comes up, hopefully I'll have seen it. When there's some weird, awkward thing, I want to know Visual Studio Code well enough to be able to support my students. That said, Visual Studio has tons and tons of features in it. Spirit says Visual Studio is so bloated in my humble opinion. Yes, it's also bloated. With great features comes great bloating, folks. Because it has so many things, you don't actually need all of them for most of your development. You can get by with Visual Studio Code in most situations. That said, when I'm doing Blazor development, web development in .NET, it's like super, super nice compared to Visual Studio Code. And part of that is just there's so many different things you need to be able to have access to. Jerome asks, is JetBrains good? I don't know. I haven't used JetBrains. It's a good question. I think Writer is the sort of like Visual Studio. I think it's by the same people. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen people use Writer, and I think Writer looks awesome, but it's a paid program. Excellent question, folks. Let's do a commit here. I got my dialogue working. It's Hugly. I don't know why I say Hugly with an H. It cost money. Just in time. right, we added a dialogue screen. Implement find rune events. I'm not gonna have time for that during the stream. I'm gonna do this stuff off stream, folks. We gotta get cracking. Gotta get through some of this stuff. That said, folks, if you want to join the Discord, I might be on the Discord a little bit later today. If enough people want me to do an office hours, I might do a short office hours this afternoon when I'm taking a break from coding. Office hours is a Discord only stream that I do where we can have voice chat and people come and bring me the questions of things that they want to work on. So you say like, Teach, I want to learn about this topic. Let me know and I'll talk about that topic, or maybe bring your code. I could do a little code review for you. But if you guys join the Discord, you'll be able to catch me there. Additionally, if you want to support Captain Coders Academy, you can do so on the Discord. You can become a member of the crew. You can be, look how cool Dramlux and Lance are. They're members of the Bridge Crew. Oh, Corfless, look at you. Corfless is a crewmate. You can subscribe on Discord to support Captain Cody. You'll notice I don't have any ads. I don't do the ads on Twitch. Feel free to subscribe on Discord if you'd like to. Don't have to. You don't have to. The only real thing you get is this cool little label. Get this cool little label. You can also join the Captain's Quarters is a place where you can come and chat with me. Sometimes I hang out in here. And you also get access to the supporter lounge like that. But you don't have to join if you'd like to. You can join. You can also join through Coffee. If you'd prefer to do it that way, you can sign up for support on Coffee. It wouldn't let me go lower than $1. So $1's, it wouldn't let me go lower than $1, but feel free to join there, folks. I'd love to have you aboard. All by supporting Captain Coder, I was gonna say all the money, but some of the taxes and weird stuff happens. But Captain Coders Academy, the main thing I want to do with the support that you provide is I want to hire tutors, I want to hire mentors, I want to be able to pay people who want to help us learn. So in this Learn You a Game Jam, I'm planning to have tutors and mentors available the whole time to help us, help the people participating in the jam learn and code and grow together. So by supporting Captain Coders Academy, you will be helping support the Learn You a Game Jam and helping support people who want to teach other people about coding. No pressure though, no pressure. Just wanted to do a little bit of advertisement for myself there. We are gonna hop off here. Oh, before we do, we got to do a commit. We got to do a commit. Hang on, don't go anywhere. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're gonna do a commit. Get status. We're gonna add a really simple dialog system. Get status, get commit -m chore, feat for feature. Implement basic dialog controller. I'm gonna push that up. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being here. We're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see who we got. Who do we got to raid? Who do we got to raid? Let's see if anyone's on. I know, and that I say cutting it short, but normally this is about a long ago. Let's go raid Jackie Codes. Jackie Codes is doing some cool stuff in Godot. Doing game development in Godot. She's making like a Minecraft-esque game. Nothing with licking microphones pleases. I missed something. All right, folks. We're gonna raid Jackie Codes. I did the name wrong. Raid Jackie Codes. Why my E key is not working? Hang on. Raid Jackie Codes. My E key. That's fascinating. It started working again though. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be doing a lot. I'm going to be working on this all day long. If you want to hop on the Discord, chat with me. I'll probably be in the Discord in and out of the chat when I need to focus. I won't be there. But thank you guys so much for being here. As always, I love you guys very much. Keep coding. Keep growing. Be the best you can be. And you are welcome back anytime. We'll be back tomorrow, folks. We will be back tomorrow. Have yourself a beautiful day. Take care now.
So, if you're ever thinking about like making a spaghetti sauce, it's best to use these types of tomatoes. I like eating these. Oh, these look good. I like eating these tomatoes when I'm like eating the tomatoes raw. The Captain Coder, what is up? How are you doing? We're talking about tomatoes. How was your stream, Captain Coder? How's it going? I really appreciate that raid. I will show y'all my game, but you gotta tell me how your stream was. Ah, Captain, thank you so much for the sub. You sub for 6
Captain Coda
months.
just subscribed.
Oh my god, thank you so much. Wow, I appreciate that. So I've been working really hard on finishing up this Logcraft for a demo. And it's getting there. It is approaching playable demo stage. We have like a procedurally generated world. What?
Captain Coda has
what?
gifted 10 subs to viewers.
Huh? What? Huh? What? Oh my god, you just like, do you just bring all the rainbows and sunshine everywhere you go, Captain Coder? Is that, like, you just casually bring all the rainbows and sunshine everywhere? Is like, oh, okay. I really appreciate that. How's that? The 420 goal is actually looking feasible. It is looking feasible. I'm scared I'm gonna have to do a 12-hour stream. So yeah, guys, we have this procedurally generated world. We have chunk loading going on, so you can see. I'm only doing what?
The Captain Coda has gifted 10 subs to viewers.
What? Oh my god, thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Captain, for like starting up this hype train. Sonny, thank you for the prime. Jesus Christ. Holy moly. Okay, I was a little sleepy.
_just
I'm sorry.
subscribe.
I know I need to bring it all to my stream. I'm awake now, guys. I'm awake, okay? That woke me up. Pop, thank you for the follow. Okay, let's stand up. Let's stand up, alrighty? I appreciate it. Like, Jesus Christ. Wow. I'm liking how the world is looking. Yeah, I can't drink too much caffeine because it kind of wears me out to fall from all these push-ups. So yeah, we have chunk loading. Of course, thank you for the bits, Grim and MMO Pug. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. So yeah, we have inventories working. You can collect wood from trees. Bam. You can craft the logs and I haven't posted a devlog in a month and a half, but this devlog is long, the next one I'm posting, and it's coming out very soon. Thank you, Slater, for the...
USA cheered. X20. Fart.
I got an error because Captain Coder is just really sweet. Cross? No, I try to drink 2 cups of coffee a day. Because I could easily drink a lot, but I try not to. So yeah, you can build here. We're using terrain so that the walls look pretty and connect.